Ethiopia, not a rebel. And the only character they could liken him to was Robin Hood. Jokers! Robin Hood. You liken Nnamdi Kanu to Robin Hood of Nottingham. Take another rebranding pattern by these powers. When you hear of Benin massacre, what do you think happened? I want to try and not take too much of our time. Britain will disrespect and disregard you with impunity and hope that you show no reaction whatsoever. They rebrand their act of provocation upon the Benin Kingdom and rebranded it as Benin Massacre. I think we all know the story, and that probably will be for another day. Another way of getting to you is by getting those very close to you. If I recall the Ndongan king, how the Portuguese hired some Imbangalans. Imbangalas, they call Imbangalas. They were the tribe, the warrior tribe of Ndongo. Ndongo is now I think we call it Angola. So the Portuguese, during the slave trade, kept taking and taking. They like to take. They like to take, sit on you. You must not move around. If you move around, then there's a problem. Is the audacity for me. So they hired some Imbangalas as mercenaries, and the new threat, that very threat, forced the Ndongan king to give up any attempts to reconquer his lost territories of Ndongo. So they hired some Imbangalas as mercenaries, and the new threat, that very threat, forced the Ndongan king to give up any attempts to reconquer his lost territories of Ndongo. So they hired some Imbangalas as mercenaries, and the new threat, that very threat, forced the Ndongan king to give up any attempts to reconquer his lost territories of Ndongo. So they hired some Imbangalas as mercenaries, and the new threat, that very threat, forced the Ndongan king to give up any attempts to reconquer his lost territories of Ndongo. So they hired some Imbangalas as mercenaries, and the new threat, that very threat, forced the Ndongan king to give up any attempts to reconquer his lost territories of Ndongo. So they hired some Imbangalas as mercenaries, and the new threat, that very threat, forced the Ndongan king to give up any attempts to reconquer his lost territories of Ndongo. Any attempts to reconquer his lost territories of Ndongo.
in the southern region that you want to put them in Akwa Ibom and Ibibio? What is the reflection? Not even that you put them to River State. I mean, what's the relationship? How would they share any boundary with the people you want to join them with? Or you just want to carve them out? You just want to grab it from the Igbo man. And you know what? Most Igbo people don't even understand it. The West is going to support them, and I'll tell you why. They want to pipe, you know, gas from Ohaji to the south, to the west, because they don't want to be dealing with Russia again in this their gas region, and you know, giving them money to fight them. Are you getting the point? So they want to deflect Russia by getting gas from another source, and that source is Nigeria, and that Nigeria is Iboma. Just Google this largest gas deposit in Nigeria. They want to take that away. Now that bill, I'm told, is going to be presented to the president to present it as an executive bill. What should Ohaji Ebema be doing in another place outside the southeastern state? Why do you want to bring in some states, some areas to yourself in the southwest, and now want to deplete the southeast? What kind of unfair country is this? Now, when you take away all those gases, you go and build Fort Mainland Bridge. When an Igbo man is plying the road, you tell him to go back to his area. Meanwhile, the resources you're using to get those things done is being gotten from his farm, from his village, from his area, and he wouldn't have a right to it. You understand? So, this is unfair. Abaribe, you've been in that Senate for so many years. That bill shouldn't see the light of the day. For them to even want to present it, they should go take out that Ohaji Ebema from that southern region. I just don't get it. Everybody comes and he wants to manipulate, and I'm fucking gonna give people money. Again, when the mother you see them start misbehaving. Every person who is an Igbo person, go and follow up on that bill. Go and read this thing that I am saying. I saw it on Vanguard, one of the national dailies, where the proposed bill is comprising part of Ohaji to another place, they call Southern region. And if they decide, I think that's what I understood by what I read there. So if they decide, means something like a referendum, which is what Nnamdi has been proposing, and you renditioned him from Kenya, still in jail. If you're giving people now right to decide where they want to belong, what is Nnamdi doing in jail? Why is he incarcerated? These are the questions. People don't, they're big or they wear black and black, they waka like Toro. These are things you equally have to go there and hit out. Stop playing to the gallery of wanting to impress everybody. Are you getting the point? Certain things you take the right course. Right course means things like this shouldn't see the light of the day. You don't speak and know in the course of wanting to make everybody see you as being nationalistic. Even when it's obvious that you have to say the right thing, you're not going to say it. Why should that bill come up with Ohaji going to another place outside Igbo land? Because of the gas, natural gas. Oh, in the next 10, 15, 20 years, nobody's going to drive cars with petrol anymore. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? So gas is going to be used for every other thing in the world, and they're looking at that small, tiny dot that our former president called it. They're so blessed. You're dealing with them. They're so hardworking, working their ass out. Everywhere overseas, you see them hustling, trying to get things done, bringing money to their people in the southeast, and you're just there because you have executive power, not planning for the good of everybody. You won't carry on Haji, give another person. You know, go walk. You know, go walk. We should all be mindful of.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom. This is Radio Biafra HAUSA-SERVICE coming to you through the auspices of Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Chinedu from Olu province of Biafra London. We are here live and direct. Today is the 18th day of June 2024. Tata Bobo Chinkwo. I urge each and every one of you to urge your friends and well-wishers to draw nearer to their listening devices, because today we are going to make expositions. Please, I want you to draw nearer to your listening devices. You can hear us live and direct on FM 102.1, CHK 102.1, on frequency modulation in parts of Biafra land. If you cannot, or you are in an area that is not covered by FM, please go to satellite. We are live on satellite. We are on free to air satellite, please. Also, you have another options or other options. If you have a smartphone, download IPOB Community Radio. IPOB Community Radio. It is a very low data consuming application through which you'll be listening to this gospel of emancipation, the gospel of liberation of mankind through Biafra restoration. Also, you can download Simple Radio. Once you it's in your Play Store. Once you download Simple Radio, you can scroll to Radio Biafra London, and you shall be listening or hearing of this gospel. Moreover, if you go to our mother website, www.ipob.org, ipob.org. If you enter there, there will be the place, an option where it is reading Radio Live. Now click there and you'll be listening. Also, we have many other options on social media platforms. Multiple options on on social media. Just ask Google and you will have different platforms or different platforms streaming our voice live. Therefore, once again, I welcome each and every one of you to today's edition of Radio Biafra HAUSA-SERVICE, coming to you through Radio Biafra London. Today is the 18th day of June 2024. Today is Tuesday. Remember, today is Twitter Tuesday. We've not forgotten Twitter Tuesday, please. Today is Tuesday, the 18th day of June 2024. Therefore, we must continue. As I said, today we are going to talk about the continuous living the continuous colonial legacy program for self-destruction under the subsection, the series of living the continuous colonial legacy, and under it is program for self-destruction. We are going to talk about a lot of things in our land. Therefore, invite your friends and well-wishers to draw nearer to your listening devices, please. Because I am telling you, if we stay doing nothing, we are gone. Do you hear what I'm saying? Don't think that living is only as you are living, going to market or working and coming back and making gain or being paid at the end of the week or at the end of the month. That is living. No. Our collective life is more important than our single living or singular living. Do you hear what I'm saying? I used to say it. What makes us advance or more advanced or civilized, let me call it civilized, is our ability to work in collectivity, our collective interest. That is what makes us more civilized Homo sapiens. Once you are sentenced to going about your own private business without minding our collectivity, you are nothing, more than even chimpanzee, ape. It's the same thing. They move around, look for, scavenge for their food, and that's it. Nothing. They don't think about collective development. No. They don't think about advancing the community. Only individual scavenging is a life of a lower animal. This is what IPOB is trying to change in our mentality, because we need to drive this into our mentality first, so that we understand the importance of collectivity. We have been, since 1970, we were relegated as a people into scavenge, hustle for your own. Do not mind your brother, just hustle for your own. And that life has been killing us. If you look at the advancement, the progress we Igbos made, you see what the main driving factor. Igbo boy. Do you see it? Igbo boy is a kind of maintaining our collectivity. Igbo boy. This is what helped us today as a people. But once you relegate our brothers, only going on individual, without caring our collective selves, we are gone. This is what IPOB is trying to change. Therefore, let me read this one news headline before I dabble into the topic of the day. There is this, even I put it on my timeline. There is this tweet from West Africa Weekly. He said Nigeria's federal government launches Bill Gates funded GMO seeds. Name seeds Taylor Maize variety. I wrote it now. Do you see the photo? You see photo of Tinubu and Bill Gates. The killer, the eugenics, master of eugenics. Eugenics, that is depopulation. And this man hates black race. He wants to reduce black race by more than 70% population. Do you see the reason why Tinubu was congratulated by Joe Biden? Do you see that? You see, imagine, little by little, imagine. Are you seeing it? The role Tinubu has to play, so that we become, the GMO food will be killing us, making our women sterile, even our men, not to bear children, and dying of any types of disease, cancer, any types of cancer. Are you seeing it? Nigeria federal government launches Bill Gates founded GMO seeds. Do you remember Dr. Njeman's outcry? Does any politician mind him in Nigeria? Because Nigeria is not free. All the Nigerian politicians are agents of the West. I say it authoritatively. They are being manipulated by the West. That's why the population has no say. Look at the cries, the alarm of Dr. Njemanze, that even Bill Gates supposed to be arrested and imprisoned. But today, the federal government, the Nigerian federal government, is now, certifying Bill Gates founded GMO food. And tomorrow they will be bringing it to our people to plant. Once you plant it and it yields, one, the fruits are poisonous. The food that comes from it is cancerous. You will see it is big. Something that should take maybe 9 months to mature, it will take it 3 months. It will only 3 months. And once after that, eating it is dangerous, number one, because it brings different types of diseases, different types of cancers. Also, it sterilizes people from bearing more children, from bearing children. Do you see that? And moreover, after the first yield, the plants or the seeds of all those seeds, for example, corn, when you plant one corn, it will grow, germinate, and bring out about 2 or 3 bunches of corns. If you try to dry that corn seeds the product of that GMO, dry it in order to plant it the next season, it will not grow because they switched off the reproductive parts of that seed. And that is how once you consume it, it will also switch off your reproductive parts. Do you see that? I made the causing cancer to you. So they are working hand in hand. They are bringing solutions or more problems for pastors to progress. For pastors to start telling you that, oh no, your stomach is your womb is being tied by your grandmother or by your mother-in-law or by your father-in-law or by your this and that, and they continue making you. This is the root cause now. People are not talking. There are, if Nigeria is a country, the population will rise up in protest. I think you call Nigeria a democracy. Why are people not protesting? Because they are being sentenced into looking for what they will eat. This is a weapon. Hunger is a weapon. Are you hearing me? So that people don't even have time to listen to understand the cause of their problems. After you see, as I'm talking here on this hallowed platform, our people, many of them will not be listening. They are interested in buying and selling what they will eat, this and that, and after they will go to their fellowship, where their pastor will scam them, telling them their problem is spiritual. Do you see that? Not knowing they are concocting your problem now from the head, from Asorok. You don't mind. You don't care. Tomorrow they will be bringing sin, say they are sharing to you. You don't know that they are sentencing you and your generations to death. You don't know that because you're naive. Let me tell you, this world is a free world filled up with knowledge, different types of knowledge. It is for you to seek for knowledge and know it, advance, use it as a people and advance. But once you have taken the path of selfishness, being manipulated so that you don't care about what happens in your environment, you are gone. You are lower than an animal. That is the cause of the miserability of Nigerians. Lack of knowledge of information. They don't care about information. Because for them, information cannot bring food to their table. But they don't know that information is power. Information is power. And that is what we disseminate here. Without proper information, you will not be empowered. And without being mentally empowered with proper information, you will not be able to work towards a development. Are you hearing me? Every country is as as limited as the mentality of the people. Are you hearing me? Every country you see, the environment you see, it is as good as the mentality of the people living there. That is truth. And the people, they cannot work more than their mental state. They cannot work more than their intelligence. It's impossible. Therefore, your problem is locking you, staring at you, glaring at you, but you don't know. Tomorrow you start with your useless, animalistic, primitive superstition. You'll be interpreting it another thing. Your problem is here. Tinubu is now displaying why the American president congratulated him as the president. Why the United Kingdom Prime Minister congratulated him amid what they saw, and I saw an insult to what they call democracy. Amid what Tinubu did, the way he killed the people, shot the people to pieces with his soldiers. in 2020. They congratulated him. And today, these are some of the things he signed in order to be. Do you remember when Peter Obi was crying? That he cannot imagine being a presidential candidate. Powerful Western countries will be calling you, inviting you to come and give them, tell them what is in there for them. How can you defend their interests before they promote you? He said he wonder. And the Tinubu did sign everything now because it is his turn, isn't it? Today, look at it. Emiloko is his turn. Nigeria's federal government launches biggest funded the GMO seeds. It's open, it's in the open. Some other countries, there will be uproar in the country. But Nigerians are dead bodies, corpses, that are zombies, that are just occupying space in this planet Earth. They don't understand what's up. They don't understand. Instead, dog eats man, dog eats dog. They will be eating themselves raw without understanding the root cause of their problems. We must continue. IPOB, we speak without fear or favor. We must continue spreading this enlightenment. We must continue. Now, I will go to the topic of my submission, which, as I put it, in the series of Living the Continuous Colonial Legacy, programmed for self-destruction. Self-destruction, like advanced missiles or weaponry, advanced state-of-the-art weaponry. There is a space for self-destruction in case that weapons enters into wrong hands or enemy hands. You hear me? In case it enters wrong hand, now they will activate self-destruction so that the enemy will never, the weapon will destroy itself, explode and destroy itself, so that the enemies will never dismantle or be able to dismantle that equipment and learn the secret. So self-destruction is for the programmers' interests. That is the way they did in Africa. That is the way they did what they did in Nigeria. And that is what we are trying to talk about today. Now, in 1884-85, at the request of King Leopold II of Belgium, the Berlin Conference was organized by Otto von Bismarck, as you may know. This is the first German chancellor to partition the African continent solely for their interests in order to formalize the scramble for Africa. They want to formalize the scramble for Africa. That is foreigners coming to a land that is not theirs, a continent, and everybody scrambling, looting anything he can, killing people. When you see, it just is. You see, Africa was not just like a virgin land whereby people go and occupy and or scramble. No, filled up with human beings, with their daily lives, with cities, with now they came to scramble, to loot. When you study history, you kind of listen. You say, look, why these people? Why did they behave in such manner? And more also, they brought God to save us. That is talk for another day. Let me continue. Now, through their partitioning, they programmed Africa for eternal conflict. That is self-destruction. Because with this self-destruction, it is to their advantage. Do you see conflicts in Africa? It is not natural. It is man-made. It is European-made. It is the programmers made. How they program it. Are you hearing what I'm saying? A programmed application cannot act outside its program. No, it must be like that. The way they partition Africa through Berlin Conference, it was for self-destruction, for eternal conflict. With this method, they could be there, so that there could be perpetual control of African continent and have vast natural resources. This is a program done by man, and today the Europeans are enjoying the result while Africans are suffering the misery. They will come to you to play lip service. Oh, we care. Who cares? The European care for your life. They want you to perish. These are people, what they programmed. They want you to perish because they want your land. They want the resources in your land. Do you know that? I am coming. The amalgamation of the so-called Northern and Southern Protectorate into what is known today as Nigeria is part of the European program for our self-destruction, which we are suffering today. They come, they say, oh, Northern Protectorate, Southern Protectorate, and I ask, before the advent of the Europeans, we have been existing. How come they come and now petition and say, no, there is Northern Protectorate? They are protecting it from who? I am asking. From who? Do you see their lies? Do you see their dubiousness in order to entrench themselves for us to be calling them our savior? Do you see that? Northern Protectorate, Southern Protectorate, are they protecting us from who? From themselves. Do you see? They were in their land, they just sat down in their land and carved out, partitioned another place. And you say this world is justified. This is what Africa is suffering till today. Are you hearing me? This is our suffering today, because our countries are not naturally created. Our nations are not naturally created. Our borders, are not natural. It is foreigners that created, partitioned us, irrespective of our naturalness, irrespective of our ways of life. They undermined it. That is a very great insult to us. That is why I always give India thumb up, because before independence, before India had their independence, they first of all reorganized themselves. They first of all, assembled themselves from the way the Europeans put them, because Europeans restructured or partitioned India also. For your information, Europeans, during the time of colonization of India, India was not, they divided India into different countries. They have a Francophone India, they have a Portugueseophone India, a Spanish-phone India. They have different, where people are still, like Gao in some part of India, they are still speaking Portuguese till today. But India understand, they have dignity. They say, no, we cannot take only flag independence. We have to reorganize and collect our people back to ourselves. Now the people, they bind them together that they are not one. Just like they binded us with knots. Indians, they say, no, we cannot live together. That is the Pakistan you are seeing today. That is the Bangladesh you are seeing today. They say, no, you have different culture, we don't have different values. But these our brothers, they call Portuguese-phone India, Francophone India, Anglophone India. We are all one. They collected themselves and reshuffled themselves as human beings. Africa didn't care to do that. And that is why we are suffering. That is why there is no development. That is why we have no economy. Do you know that we have no economy? Do you know that? The people don't understand what do you know that we have no economy? Nigeria is just speculators to China, Germany, America only. Because you are consuming what you don't produce. You are bringing in everything. You know, I saw somebody on the social media, a Nigerian lady, proudly showing her house. Oh, this equipment here, this software here, I bought it from Germany. It's imported from Germany. This one is from America. How? God, I was watching. I don't know how do we get to this? Do you know that we have no economy? Nigeria has no economy. Do you know that? No production. Ordinary to feed ourselves, no. Do you know that Ukraine that is in the war, they have stocks of food that are there, even lavishing. They are still farming. What they farm, they cannot, if it is feeding themselves, they can feed themselves for another. The stock they have is enough for them for another 50 years. Do you know that? That is economy. Economy is based on production, not import and export. I mean, not importation, not consuming what is produced from other places. You don't produce. You have no economy. What if all those places just block and say we are not selling to you? What are you going to do? The majority of the cars you drive in Nigeria is imported. Materials you use there in Nigeria is imported. Shirt imported. Or dead body clothes is imported. Now tell me what economy? You go and import things from China, buy what they now put your commission, and come and sell to your people. You get your commission. Take back the capital to China. Do you see that? No economy. No economy. If all those countries block, do you know why Russia is surviving today? Because it's a country with economy, with initiative, with that can produce. Most of the things they are using, they produce it. So the sanction they give them, even other countries need them. The West need them more than Russia needs themselves. Do you see how a country with economy survives? But in Nigeria, no way, because they can pressure you with anything. Because you are nothing, you can't produce nothing. You will see in Nigeria Neanderthals that are primitive, but they have a private jets. That they cannot, their country they don't have any place they produce any parts of that private jet, but they want to have they have taste of that high test. You see how poor Nigeria is? Do you see that? When you say Nigeria, you have zero economy, because your economy is based on importation. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Look at food. You import food. Everything is imported. You cannot, once you are able to feed yourself, just let us bring it lower to our family life. If you're a man, you finish schooling, a boy, you finish schooling, you went to university, graduated, and you are still in your father's house, eating tankma. Will you command any respect? The answer is no. You will be there. You are not yourself, because you are not a complete man. You are given everything. You are being fed. Imagine the first time, if you are working, maybe the first month that you are being paid. Imagine how proud you are. Imagine you come back to your house, maybe they cook beans, and you didn't want to eat beans. You say no, you are not going to eat. You go out with your money, you buy another thing that is that you want to eat, and eat it. That is a sign that you are becoming a man. Before you know, you irrespective of your father's house, everything, you say no, you want to go out and rent your own house. That is a sign of independence. It goes with responsibility. Are you hearing me? It doesn't matter. You can be at the first time, you can be even living lower than when you are in your father's house, but you prefer it, because that is when you are having economy. And you hear what I'm saying? All these things, we need to bring it down so that you understand it. That is Nigeria. Nigeria has no economy. They depend on every other country, and for importation. You boast of Mercedes Benz. You are driving J-Wagon. Because you have no shame. It's just like a boy boasting with his brothers or his father's vehicle. Oh, now my father, look at you driving his father, anything like that. But anytime he can be disgraced. You can be with your fellow, your friends inside the car. Your father will call you, hey Chike, bring that car. Where are you? Bring that car right now. You say, but I don't want to hear what. Bring that car right now. I want to carry me go somewhere. You will be pained, aren't you? You will take it back because it doesn't belong to you. It's your father's. Yes, you can drive it, but it is not yours. Do you see that? But when you have your own, that person will command you through it. They will beg you, please, can you help me drive me? It will give you appointment tomorrow. Can you drive me to hospital, please, to check my body? Do you see the different tunes? But when you are busy driving your father, he no need to notice you. He just, even if you are sleeping in the afternoon, he come, hey, Chike, come and take me somewhere now. You have no option. That is it. Because that time you were irresponsible. You are still a baby. You are still a child. Do you see? That is how Nigeria is. Tires have been imported from Germany, from Europe, from America. People are still advertising, buy this. You go to garbage dump in America. You see Nigerians making video of a car that they want to bring. Oh yeah, price. They show you cars that others have used and thrown away in trash dumps. And before you know, you command the pay. Now this one good though. That is a country without economy. Don't you see that? But you think it's a big manism. You don't know that it is lower life, lawlessness. Are you hearing me? Remember, I'm talking about the program for self-destruction. I'm coming. Okay. As I said before, the amalgamation of the so-called North and Southern Protectorate into what is known today as Nigeria is part of the European program for our self-destruction, which we are suffering today. For this program to function perfectly well, they impose on us, among other factors, the type of government which they call democracy. This made the Europeans completely be in charge of our political rulers. I call them political rulers, not leaders. They are rulers. We are distanced from our own brothers and forcefully united with the aliens. For example, Fulanis, which are being used to destroy our nomenclature. Don't you see the Fulani destruction everywhere? And that is what Brigade is using. He used them to kill farmers. He destroyed natural farms so that you depend on his GMO food, GMO seeds. And the Nigerian government is very handy sanctioning it. Don't you see that we are in a mess? We need to destroy that zoo called Nigeria. Don't you see so? Don't you think so? Don't you see reason in it, in what we are saying? Inside this colonial imposition, okay, let me continue. Inside this colonial imposition and racial construct called Nigeria, states were also imposed on us to destabilize our natural unity and introduce political incoherence to our consciousness, thereby leading to self-destruction. I will explain. You know, this colonial imposition is number one. Generally, Nigeria is imposing us. Now, when you come into Nigeria, now they give the Fulani the authority to recolonize us again, impose on us states in order to destabilize our natural unity and introduce political incoherence to our consciousness, thereby leading to self-destruction. That is why you hear, I'm Imo State. I'm from Imo. Na ndi amambala. Na umonye amambala. Ndi Imo asef. Ndi ebunia. It is man-made. It is not natural. Our forefathers didn't know what is Imo or Anambra, or they know us as one people. Do you see that? Do you see how man can recreate man? But today you are calling, you know yourself as Anambra in Onisha for according to reports we have, which we must deal with. Mazi Chinedu have said it. When people are looking for house in places like some parts of Anambra, like Onitsha and all the rest, the landlord will say, "Are you for somebody from Ebony? We know they take you here," which is evil. What is Ebony and what is Anambra? In 50 years ago, do you know what is that? Does it exist? It's a human being that did it. That is creation. They recreated us. They programmed us for self-destruction, and that is what is happening. Are you hearing what I'm saying? This is what we are trying to reverse. The first created states by Gowon on the 27th day of May 1967 is a ploy. It was a ploy to thwart Biafra. Not this statement. It was a ploy to thwart Biafra. The creation of the first 12 states. The states are, let me mention them: East Central States, Cross River States, River States, Bendel States, Benue Plateau State, North Central State, Kanu State, Kwara State, Lagos, Northeastern State, Northwestern State, Western State. This is 12. It was only meant to thwart Biafra. Do you see that the destruction, that is the calamity that is happening to everybody in Nigeria, the original plan is, to destroy us, Biafrans. I don't know if people can understand this. It's very deep. When they went to Aburi to resolve the issue amicably, Ojukwu and Gowon, they agreed and wrote it down in the presence of witnesses, Ankara and the rest. But after Britain said no, how we created you for destruction. You want to repair yourself, it cannot happen. They ordered to go on not to agree. Instead, to what more? Create 12 states to destabilize Biafra. They cannot only do it in Biafra land. They just created the others just to say that, oh, it is for everywhere in Nigeria. It is the same thing that is happening today. So the creation of these states, these 12 states, is simply another Berlin conference partitioning our land into pieces. Today, what is happening? By that time, they say, oh, creation of states will be the solution to our problem. Nigeria must exist. Because Britain wants Nigeria to exist. It wants Nigeria to continue existing because it is their creation. It is their toy. Are you hearing me? If we are human beings, it is for us to understand that we cannot coexist. And that is what we are pushing at. IPOB is pushing at. What wrong have we committed? In order to recreate ourselves, to return back to who we were. All of us. We are not fighting for only Biafra. For everywhere to be peaceful so that we progress. But the creator of Nigeria said, no. I created you for self-destruction. And you are trying to repair yourself. No, it cannot happen. They used to go on to create 12 states. Only to employ to thwart Biafra. Thereby, every other people we are clapping. Today, what is happening? Today, what is happening? Also, today, with the agitation of the restoration of Biafra, history is repeating itself. They are now talking about changing Nigeria political structure. That is regionalism, which is the same ploy used by Gowon to disorganize Biafra restoration and deceive the people into believing that Nigeria is redeemable. They have come again today. Today they have come. The same thing, exactly the same. They are talking about the journalism, restructuring. The same ploy Gowon use. I don't know whether people are hearing what I'm saying. They have come again. At the periphery, when you listen to it, say, yeah. Anyway, well, let us use it, It is better for it than not. It is not better. Nothing. If you have deeper knowledge, you will understand that it is the same ploy of Gawan. Because during the time of Gawan in 1967, it is the same thing. People say, okay, in order to avoid, I beg, create so that weaken Biafra and then Nigeria will continue existing. The continuous existence of Nigeria means the miserable situation, continuous miserability of Nigerians, of people that found themselves in that enclave called Nigeria. Is it not what we are fighting? Is it not the point we are making? This is our argument. You tested something once, you make mistake once, and you continue. Are you a human being? Are you a human being? Are you a real Homo sapien? I ask. I doubt it. There is something wrong. Let me tell you, it is not for the politicians, the so-called politicians, to do everything, because Nigerians have been beaten to a low life so that they can, they are said, nah, the politicians. There is nothing that like God touching the politicians to do the right thing. No, hear it. Because this is where they are pushing you. Let us pray. God will touch the no. It is you, the population, that have to rise up and touch the politicians. Without it, you continue suffering. I am telling you. Without it, you continue suffering. Now, they are talking about adding another state in the southeast, Olo or Anioma state. Now I ask, is this going to be the solution to our predicament? I'm asking. The answer is no. Because it's the same thing, the same system, but they turn it into, the same, different side of the same coin. The same thing. The same thing. Every time they want to redeem Nigeria, they want to know. Because they are not sincere. The politicians, Britain, the creator of Nigeria, has positioned them into making money out of your misery. That is why they see it anytime in order to continue the Nigeria. As we are talking about Biafra, they say agitation too much. Oh yeah, let us calm them by talking about regionalism. IPOB is not backing down, for your information. We don't know what is regionalism. It doesn't matter how you paint it. What we care for is to move out, to take our destiny, become responsible for our destiny. Are you hearing me? To become responsible. Because in Nigeria, we are not responsible. In Nigeria, we are not responsible, nothing. I will fake it in Nigeria. Because everything you have to take permission from Asorok. Everything you have to take permission from. You want to even repair a road that leads to your father's house. You have to take permission. Before you know, they will say no. You have the money to do it. They say no, don't do it. The governor know why. Leave it there. Do you see this type of miserable life? Now, there is something they are proposing about this so-called restructuring or regionalism. When they talk about another state in the southeast, in the Beacon, Kaiku Nezioku, is our problem adding our low states? Is it the problem? Because people that we are expecting to know better, they will come and say no. Then we will bring development. What development? To add, bring a president, governor for law, separate, make a capital. It will only benefit the same set of few political individuals. Only the same set of people. It is not the solution to our problem. Are you hearing me? If, for example, if that is a case even, okay, they want to add a southeast. If personally, that is my personal view. Anioma would have been even better. So bring them, I'll bring those, our brothers, Igbo speaking, Igbos, from demarcate them, bring them to southeast. Is it not so? But you see people that are, because of their selfish interest, and to add the salt to the injury. You see, one Yoruba man a propose. There is also a proposed bill to carve out Ohaji Eboma into Akwa Ibom. Let me tell you, this is part of the wider British conspiracy to continue dividing Igbo land into political irrelevancy. Let me read for you the proposal. It is in Vanguard News. You know, they always fly this to listen to people's reaction. But let me tell you, there should be nothing like carving out any part of Igbo land. As long as this generation is concerned, as long as we are now wide open, wide awake, as long as IPOB is concerned, it's not like before. Are you hearing me? It is not like before. They carved out, I will read the names of all those places, some of all those places. They carved out Igbo land, parts of Igbo land in Kogi and in Benue. Today, that is what they are suggesting in the so-called proposed bill. Now, let me read part of it, please. A chieftain of the Yoruba Sociocultural Association, Afenifere Akinfakpo Hunde, has said that the draft of a bill for an act to substitute the annexure to Decree 24 of 1999 with new governance model for the Federal Republic of Nigeria will be sent to President Bola Tinubu on Friday. I think I've played the man's voice direct here on Radio Biafra the other day. Now there is a place I want to mention, please, because we are going to talk about it. And I have a comrade that is here with me that we also speak from Ohaji Eboma. Okay. The man say, according to him, his coalition is proposing to have the southern region to be made up. Okay, southern region. He say he wants eight. He is proposing eight regions. According to him, his coalition is proposing to have the southern region to be made up of Akwa Ibom, okay, Bayelsa, okay, Cross River states, okay, and optional inclusions of the Anang, Efik, Ikoi, Ibibio, Oro, or Haji Eboma in southern Imo, the Adonia, maybe Andoni want to write, Efemia, Ijo, Ogoni, Bini, Ishan, Ishoko, Urobo, and the Ijo speaking peoples in northern Ondo state with land contiguity. Why is this man proposing? You know, it's an insult. Do you hear me? If it's a proposal, yes, but it's an insult. Proposing Ohaji Eboma in southern Imo in order to be inside the southern region. Now the southeastern region, listen, the southeastern region consists of Abia, according to his proposal, consists of Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu, and Imo states. Finish. Chicken now, Okoya. The western region comprises of Lagos, Ogun, Ondo, Osun, Oyo, and the Ekiti states, incorporating the Yoruba-speaking people in Kogi and the Igbo-Mina people in Kwara State. Do you see in the Okotoshi Mara here now as a Yoruba person? Now he talk about even bringing people, the Yoruba-speaking people in Kogi, whereas we have Igbo communities, Igbo-speaking people in Benue and Kogi. That Mazi Gorono now on the Bunini no get adirono nama. For being quiet, for our people to be carved, Igbo land be carved into Kogi, into Benue. Today, they are being massacred. No person cares. Ohanese doesn't care. We call them the North. So now Kwandiugu. But they are our brothers. But this man is proposing not only the whole Yoruba speaking states, but to include the Yoruba speaking people carved into Kogi and Kwara. Do you see that? But in our own, in Southeast, we have removed even part of Imo State. Anyway, we have our so-called political elites have disgraced Igbo race to the extent that any vagabond can come out and start yapping against Igbo, in a way insulting us. We are at the lowest of the low receiving. This is insult. Even it's a proposal, yes, but it's an insult. I am telling you honestly. It's a very huge insult to us as a people. Why he wants, let me read it again. The Southeast consists of Abia, okay, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu, and Imo. And the part of the Imo, he has carved it out into southern region. So we are the people that are dividable. But the western region comprises Lagos, Ogun, Ondo, Osun, Oyo, and the Ekiti states, incorporating the Yoruba speaking people in Kogi. But in our own, it dividing us more. My government. I am telling you, for even thinking like this, why they can stand up and insult is no. Do you see any politician respond or reply? Answer is no. All of them, because everybody is looking for, vying for his own. Do you know what they did in? Let me tell you something. In Ohaji Ebema, let me tell you something. They made sure the policy of Nigeria. As I said, this is a wider British conspiracy against our people to render us Igbo land into political irrelevancy. They continue confining us, stifling us, and confining us into. That is why Buhari had to call us a dot. That we have no way by now. They are rounding us up, so that they will continue to, no oil. You know, that place they say, okay, there is too much. Do you know? They will say, no, we have no oil. The main place where there is gas, and even more oil and gas in the main Igbo hinterland, they want to remove it. Before you know, they will share money to this foolish and useless Ohanese and Igbo. I cannot understand these people. Which kind of human being they are. All that matters to them is their own purse. But as long as IPOB is alive, as long as I am happy that they come late. They come late. Otherwise, we will never allow this to happen. This type of thing to happen in our own, which means after even our future generation will spit at our grave. I am telling you, if we ever allow this to happen, it's our own fathers that allow them to divide, remove, carve out in the time of our ignorance or our infancy, or when many of us are never born self. They carved out Igbo communities into Kogi, into Benue. They now fend for themselves. They will become minorities over there. Fulani kills them. No person talks for them. Ohanese doesn't recognize them. What type of evil people are these? What? I ask, what? I mean, I say on the old people. If you are foolish, we insult you. Are you hearing me? If you are foolish, we insult you. So, let me continue, please. Let me continue. as I was saying, let me continue, please. Now, there is, okay. Remember, many Igbo communities are carved into Benue and Kogi states with the blessings of Ohaneze and Igbo. Obi, Uju, Ado, and Okpoku local government areas are some of the Igbo communities carved into Benue state. The Igbos in Benue can be found in Omo Ezekoha, Omo Ezeoka, Oriuso, Omo Ogara, Amaika, and Omo Ezekwe, all in Eza community. Izi, Ezamba, and a few. The people of Omo Ezekoha has many villages. If you are to calculate the number of Igbo speaking villages in Benue State outside Omo Ezekoha, you will be talking altogether about over 600 villages. You see that? Carved into Benue quietly. They are suffering, and no person. We will be calling them Ndiugu. 3 of the biggest markets in Benue are all in the Igbo speaking part. The markets are Inikiri Ichira, Eda, Iduokbe. There are also some Igbo speaking Idoma towns in Benue State. Also, the Igbo communities carved into Kogi states are Ebaji local government, Egalamela, Odulo local government, Ufu local government, etc. Each of these local governments has many communities. These are Igbo people. Today they are forgotten. Yoruba man is clamoring to restore Kogi, Yoruba speaking Kogi, to Kogi land. I mean to Yoruba people. But in our own, he say Ohaji Egbema should be carved into south. With tomorrow they will become no, they are not Igbo. I'm not Igbo. I'm speaking Ohaji. What is your language? My language is Egbema. I am, after all, even those in River State. No, I'm not Igbo. And before you know it, we come out in Wikipedia or Google as a class, because this is when you. I'm surprised if you Google. You know, our people, we are sleeping. You see, people that call themselves intelligentsia, many of our people are sleeping. They don't even look into Google, Wikipedia. When you talk about Niger Delta, they will tell you that look, some Niger Delta, it has more than 40 ethnic groups. Look at what they call ethnic groups, including Igboid people. They don't say Igbo. It is in Wikipedia, Niger Delta, under demographics, including Igboid people. If they talk Igbo people, they will, they will be conniving, moving round and round, in order not to mention that name, that Igboid, so that you don't understand. It's not Igbo. Igboid people. Okwane. What is where is Okwane? Is it not Igbo? No, but they classify it as a different ethnic group. Ukwane, Abo, they classify it as ethnic group, whereas all these people are Igbo. Do you see what Britain is doing? Bini, Ohaji Egbema is being classified as another ethnic group in advance. For your information, on Wikipedia. Because I am Igbo intelligentsia. I'm intellectual. I do my PhD. Look at, they don't even understand what is going on, because the way that is being defined is what the international community is working with. They say Niger Delta is more than 40 ethnic groups, including Igbo people. Okay, number one, Okwane. It's ethnic group Okwane, Abua, Bini, Ohaji Egbema. It's ethnic group from him. Ay, Chineke. Eyata me ikunishi gwagejoku. Chineke le. You see, any woman that come and vote for you that he is a Harvard first class graduate, this and that. Boy asunishi, he's stupid. I am telling you. Because how can't we be fighting back, even in Wikipedia, in Google, in order to counter all these things they are defining us with? They are turning us for ethnic groups. Okay, Igbo group is number one ethnic group, another ethnic group. Okwan is another ethnic group. Abo is another ethnic group. Ohaji Egboma is another ethnic group. Are you hearing it? Eka is another ethnic group. Do you see it? Ogoni is another ethnic group. Ikwere, another ethnic group. These people are stifling us from every corner. Only that many, if not IPOB, we are gone. I am telling you honestly. But we must continue resisting. It's resistance. It's the key to our survival. Resistance. Okay. For your information, Ohaji Egboma, you are seeing, it harbors the largest gas reserves in Africa. 33% of total African gas reserves. That is what you see in Egboma. That is the conflict. That is what, for you to understand that our fight is of international magnitude. When I see people talking, what is the DIS doing to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Or they can mapugishi because he will toro. I am telling you honestly. You don't understand what we are in. You don't understand what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu represents. You see the gas pipe from Nigeria, from that passes Niger Republic, that caused the military coup. It is from in our land, Ohaji. Do you see that? It has 33% of the African gas reserve, the high number one in Africa. We have elephants full in our land, but we are scavenging for rats. Very pathetic. Because we are going individual. Because we are going selfish. Everybody now, to bless you, only you and your family. We don't have that larger, than our enemies are taking over everything in our land. It's very pathetic. I am telling you. One of our brothers, when we are talking in Ebema, he showed me a video of what is happening there. Akpato you warm now. No development. Let me continue, please. It is the policy of the British government through the Nigerian Caliphate to neglect and never develop Ohaji Egboma. The plan is to keep the people discontented against the Imo State government without understanding that the order not to develop Ohaji Egboma comes from Asorok. Any governor that tries to engage in the development of Ohaji Egboma is removed. The example is Emeke Ihedioha. I will explain. It has been in the policy, British policy. They understand that there is large deposit of gas, the largest in Africa, in Ohaji Egboma. So you know what they did? They made a policy not to engage in any development of that place. Do you know why they are doing it? So that the people will always be discontented and they will be venting their anger on Imo State. I will explain to you. It is a plan. We always try to decipher what they are doing without knowing that any governor of Imo State that is coming in, he will sign a contract with Asorok. Never bring any development in Egbema. So that they will always breed discontent in the people, with the people of Egbema. So that tomorrow when they tell them, you see, they are the people that will be coming to tell them, do you see? The governor, do you see? They said to you, they are not developing you, nothing. So we propose to you, answer south, and even deny you, then you are no more able because they are marginalizing you. They will agree. Any little more. Do you know that during his tenure, he tried to cut them, to tell them that he will pay them 100 and something thousand each family, and they were all happy to join. Tomorrow they will deny the identity. They say, no, we are not Igbo. We are Egbema. We are Haji Egbema. Another story. It becomes another story. After all, those that are in River State, you don't hear their language. What do you speak? I speak Haji Egbema. What do you call Bia? Come, you say Bia. Poa. Now, what language? He's Egbema. He's not Igbo. That is what Ohanese, they use Ohanese to achieve in our land. They splintered us, they broke us into splinters so that we become weak. We will not be speaking with one voice. Do you see their plan? As they kept Ohaji undeveloped, no road, no electricity. They say most villages, most communities there never see electricity since the invention of electricity till today, 21st century. A place that harboring. Let me come. A place that is harboring different oil and gas companies, modern oil and gas companies. No electricity. Okorocha, during Okorocha time, he went there, bought land, and he armed the people. Armed the thugs there to be. He give them money. That is a Nigerian British policy on our land, using Nigeria, using Asorok. So that place becomes a producer, a producer. Anything they can be manipulated. If they tell them, oh yeah, join the Fulani, they say if the Fulani can bring us development, we join them. Do you see what they are doing? But IPOB will take up this issue. I am telling you, this radio will continue hammering it until something right is done to that community. A community on Haji Bema, if it comes to land, they have very cultivable, rich land. Very rich land. Nothing. Politicians will go there and buy everything. The former governor, deputy governor, immediate deputy governor, something in Joko. He bought lands there. He not even buying. He didn't buy it. He just collected it. People are not farming because their lands are taken away from them. Are you hearing me? We must start this fight from the grassroots. And Ohaji Eboma is part of it. I am telling you honestly. Because we cannot allow where the Europeans are trying to milking gas. As they are removing themselves from Russia, the next cheap source of gas is Ohaji. And we allow it to be like that? No. They say Emeke Ihedioha. Do you remember him? He is the only governor of Imo State that went there and shouted. He said he never knew. He shouted. He said, no. He immediately started sign the contractors to be building roads and bring electricity. They removed him. Chakabum. Do you see that these people that we are calling governors, they are not in charge? That is why they use this 419 idiot called Hope Uzodimma. They use him as fault. They impose him there. Are you hearing me? So that he cut off anything concerning development. He will not go there. There should remain a desolation. They set us to self-destruction. They use us to conquer us. Do you see that? Because there are many willing tools. Hope Uzodimma is there. That is part of making Ihedioha wanted to break that yoke. They remove him. Do you see what we are fighting? Do you see the mess we are in? That is what we expose here. Now, in Ohaji Ebema, there are no basic infrastructures, no good roads, no electricity, pipe-borne water, etc. But there are several giant oil and gas companies, which include, there is one oil company they call Walter Smith Petroleum Oil Limited. And do you know who is the CEO? Abdurazak Esa. Walter Smith Petroleum Oil Limited. The CEO of that is our Abdurazak Esa. Onye Fulani is coming in our land, making it. We are under occupation for your goodness, for goodness sake. The whole world is turned in Palestine. Oh, Palestine is under occupation. We are under occupation, for goodness sake. We should shout it loud. We are under heavy occupation. Abdurazak is Issa. He's the CEO of Watersmith Petroleum Oil Limited. You will have another one, Saplet Oil, with the CEO is Roger Thompson Brown. Is it our people? The answer is no. We have Sterling Global Oil and Gas Company. The CEO is one Avind Mahamoon, whether it's an Indian. And we have Shell and others. These are people that are taking out billions and billions of dollars every day from Ohaji Obama, but they cannot, they put it market rate, no development, so that the people, you can manipulate them. You can give them 1,000 to kill his brother, he will agree. You can pay them money and say today, you will, join Fulani because we are the people that will develop it. They will agree. Do you see their plans? It's a strategy. It's a strategy. But we are here, we will not agree. As long as IPOB is here, we will never agree. What is going there is four-wheel drives, different types of police and military. Every day protecting them. No road. Do you see? How can we continue enduring this type of occupation? We are under heavy occupation, for goodness sake. If these people have conscience, they would have at least given the community something. They would have developed, build road, and put electricity. Now they will be taking, even if they are taken, people will not mind too much. But I don't know whether they are afraid that if they put all these things, it will attract more people to come and start scrutinizing. What is this world turning into? If we are not suicidal, we cannot get what we want to. If we are not suicidal, we cannot get what we want. Ohaji Ebema should never be carved out. They want to corner us. They thought that we are Ohanese. They want to corner us now. Go and meet these people. They say it's optional. Which means they can ask them, where do you want to be? Which means it's plebiscite. That is referendum. Is it not the same referendum we are asking for? If you can ask people to okay, by that time they have bribed each family with their stooges, which they will give them small money, 100,000, 200,000. Hey, Sinna, you come and say that you want to join South, so-called. And we will do this for you. That is the reason why they kept that place undeveloped. So that people will be dying, they will be venting their anger to the wrong place. And because no person talks for them, nothing. The governors will be doing anything with them want. Before you come into governorship as an Imo State governorship candidate, they will point you some things you have to sign. They will sign that you shall never touch anything development in Ohaji Ebema. Leave it like that. It is for a purpose. That is what has been going on. I am telling you. Now, before I round up or I continue, let me bring in my brother, my comrade. This thing is reconnecting. Mazi, please. Mazi, open your... Mazi, can you remove yourself from being on hold? You're on hold. Mazi, Uzioma, please. I'm talking to you. Mazi, can you hear me? My goodness me. I want to bring in our brother that is also from that place. I want to bring him. Let me see. But connectivity is a problem, honestly speaking. But let me try another way. My goodness.
I can hear you.
Okay, please go on, go on. I'm saying what I'm saying. If you want to introduce yourself, it is optional. But I want you to describe the scene of where you come from, please. Go on, please.
Good afternoon, good morning, and good night, depending on your location and your time zone. My name is Ozioma. I am reaching you from Ohaji. Ohaji is currently under Ohaji Eboma local government in Imo State in the so-called contraption called Nigeria. I want to share the grievances, the suffering, the marginalization, the pains and the sorrow of my people, the people of Ohaji. What we have been going through for decades, unattended for. We have had and we are still having greedy politicians coming in and out, stealing our resources, misrepresenting us, and making themselves rich while this very place is languishing in abject poverty. Today I have this very opportunity. I feel like one who is on top of the Iroko tree, and I am at liberty to pick everything I want because I don't know when it is going to come again. I am live on the most exalted platform, the largest platform, Radio Biafra platform, and I promise to do justice by bringing the case of my people who are suffering the world to know and understand. We are the people of Ohaji. The most painful one is what we are recently hearing, that we are being carved out from among our kings and kings of Igbo land in Biafra land, and being proposed to be lobbed in to power where our resources could be easily stolen by some Yoruba people. This is their antics. This is what they are known for. We are not surprised because currently, as we speak, the oil and gas that is in Nomok is being controlled by a Yoruba woman called Falashade, what they call Alakija. She is in charge. The 80% of the oil companies that are operating in the entire Niger Delta are being controlled by by Yoruba people, while those who are the owners of this land, where this gold, dark oil gold is being picked out, are only accepted for security and pipeline jobs. Now, Ohaji and Ebema are two different people who have been lumped together. This is the first crime as one local government. Ohaji in particular is supposed to be two local governments. But all the same, nobody cares about us. Even those who present themselves as our representatives and our politicians cares nothing about our development. I want to sound it very clearly to everyone who cares to know. And you can investigate. You can come on the site. You can come to Ohaji. Ohaji is very easy to access. Just get to Imo State, get to Port Harcourt Road, and then immediately you get to Port Harcourt Road. Ask anybody about Ohaji. There are so many ways and wings you can access Ohaji and Ebema. It's very easy. We have common boundary with our brothers who are from River State. Ohaji are made up of about 25 communities and towns. And out of that, about 25 communities and towns, we are not up to 5 that have electricity. We are not up to 5 that have electricity. Coming from the core majority, most populated areas in Ohaji, like the Awara Court area. The Awara Court area is made up of Awara, Ochia, Asa, Ikure, the Obile, All these communities I'm mentioning are rich in oil and gas, but they do not have electricity. And I bet you if you carry your phone and enter there, you will struggle. You need to climb on top of palm trees or to other trees, inglorious places to get telecommunication network. Obile is a town in Ohaji. Obile has one of the largest deposits of gas in the entire West Africa. The gas
Mazi, not West Africa, Africa in general. It is there.
Okay.
Africa. It has 33% of the whole African reserve. 33%. So it's number one.
Exactly.
Algeria is the second.
Exactly.
Algeria.
I don't want to exaggerate. That is why I try to narrow it and angle it to West Africa. I don't want to exaggerate. So that when they go for research, they can come back, just as you have gone for research on your own there, you're coming back to lecture me more on it. So, and yes, the people who are the layers of this golden egg do not have electricity. There is no road as we speak. I am talking to you that if you are anywhere around Angola, you can take your bus, you can take your car, you can take anything. Find your way to Ohaji. Go around Ohaji, go around the Bumba. You will not find a good road to drive your car. The worst part of it is Maho, the headquarters of the Ohaji Bumba local government is in Maho. But for you to access a bus that will take you to Maho, will take you for ages. Not that there are no human beings living there, but those who are siphoning our resources have made it very difficult for us to have a good life. I want to repeat. We have about 10 oil companies operating in Ohaji. We have Watersmith here. We have Shell here. We have Sterling Global. We have ELF. We have Shell. And so many others. New companies, Seplat. We have Seplat that are currently in this place that some of us do not know their name. Just 2-3 weeks ago, another community in another town in Ohaji here, oil was discovered. The name of that town is called Ohuba. Just 3 weeks ago, oil was discovered. There is no community in Ohaji Buma that do not have oil. Those that they've not started to, drill their own, they just left it. Currently, as we speak, there are over 75 oil wells in Obeti, in a place called Obeti in Ohaji, by a company called Sterling Global. But do you know the shocking thing? There is no road leading to that Obeti. There is no electricity in Obeti. There is no pipe-borne water in Obeti. You hardly get telecommunication services in Obeti. But there are oil companies. Shell have been there before. Shell have been there before. Drilling oil. Shell have been there before. Nothing. Now you go to a place called Mbishi. Those ones are completely abandoned. When you get to Mbishi, you ask yourself, is it human beings that are living here or not? They do not have road. We have political giants. With a former speaker of Imo State is from Hajibima. A former speaker of Imo State. During the time of Ikedo Hakim, he was the speaker until the first tenure of Rochas. Due to he is now a minority in PDP then. His name is Gulok Nanaopia. He has been a minister. He has been in the House of Representatives in Abuja. He has been a minister for state for education. He's from Ebema. He's from Abateke in Ebema. But go to the road that leads to his village. It's a shame. Now, look at what we are hearing about a Yoruba man called Akin proposing a bill. And in that bill, he carefully selected his people who are in Kogi, those who are in Kwara, those who are in Benue, who are in Benue. He carefully selected all of them and said they are going to form the Western region. And he even came to Delta State and he was talking about how to take the Shekiri people and join them. But do you know the funny thing? This is their greed. This has been their ploy on how to destroy Igbo people. on how to take what belongs to Igbo people. He carefully went and he said Ohaji, Igbo people will be brought out of Igbo land and now joined in his so-called southern proposed region. What arrant nonsense. Who is he? Or what does he think he is? To come and look at the whole people. The amount of oil that is being taken out of this region is alarming. As I speak to you today, they are laying pipes, taking them out. There are refineries working here. Refineries. Water Smith has a refinery here, a modular refinery. They are refining both kerosene, gas, and fuel, though in small quantity. I know that.
And where are they taking this? Mazi, where are they taking this? All these products?
They are selling them both locally and internationally. They have pipes that take all these things down to River State, where there are empty vessels that will load.
Mazi, pause there. Mazi, can you hear me? Pause there a bit. Just do you see?
I'm listening.
Do you see what the plan, the evil plan they have been exhibiting? They will, pipe gas or oil from Igbo hinterland. They use it, pipe it down to the riverine, our coastal part of Biafra land. Either in Cross River or in rivers or in Bayelsa. Now there they will be loading it to open the tap. It is those people, that's why we say no, it is our oil. It is our oil. Our oil. Do you see what is happening? Whereas the thing is coming, I say the gas deposit in Ebema is the largest in Africa, more than that of Algeria. 33% of the total, the whole African gas oil combined together. 33%. You see that? Mazi, please go on.
Okay. Mazi, what we are not going to accept is people trying to use us to play some political cheap games and all that. We in Ohaji are not going to allow it to happen. We are going to resist it with every blood flowing in us. We are going to engage everything possible that will make sure we are not going to allow it. Now, what do they think that we are? After all this suffering, all these years, I am telling you that if there is any state that has oil and gas more than Ohaji Ebema people, I think it's Akwa Ibom. I will beat my chest and tell you this. I will beat my chest and tell you this. They've been hiding all this things from you. Not that I do not have disregard for our people who are of the riverine area. Yes, everybody, but it will be very nice if I have 2 loaves of bread and you as my brother, you have one or half, 1.5. You say my own is 2, your own is 1.5. You don't go about taking my own. And the only way you want to accept my piece is except I keep quiet, that you take that 1 out of my 2. You now say your own is 2.5, my own is 1. And if I keep quiet, there will be peace. Then if I speak, you say, see how you're dividing us. You're making the enemies to know that we are not one. No, if this is the kind of peace or the kind of unity you want, I disagree with you. We must agree that what belongs to me belongs to me, and what belongs to you belongs to you. As we speak now, even in a place called Agba, Agba is very close to Ohaji, but they are in Uguta local government. As we speak, the same thing is happening in Agba. This is why you had some of their boys rose the other time and carried arms, and they were fighting. The resources, the oil that is in Agba is being piped away down to Amok, and from Amok down to One, and they are shipping them out from there. We need to take. I am so ashamed of the so-called Igbo leaders. I am so ashamed of the so-called Ohanese people that they don't go around seek for what will unite our people. Look at them proposing Olu State. What are we going to do in Olu State? Okay, Hajiman now, before Hajiman will go to Olu, his capital, you will first come out to then enter
Mazi, we don't even need all state. Listen, we don't even, there is no need for, it's not a solution to any problem. We don't need that trash they call all state.
It is not.
We don't need it. It is not what we need.
In any, if in any
what
way,
what will it change?
State,
what is it going to change?
They propose an Ioma state, because that one will unite us more, will bring our people more, and bring them to their kids and kin. If there is any state at all with somebody to support, it should be that the one that Senator Nnamdi Nwoko proposed, an Ioma state, because that one will draw all our people and join them with their kids and kin in the south. So the issue here is this. I was listening to your analysis. You were talking about how governors or successive governors who have been in charge of Imo State, maybe they go into oath and say, do not do anything. Let me tell you one shocking thing. The only governor that completed the road project in Ohaji is Governor Chinedu. And do you know how he did it? He was visiting one political leader in Ohaji who is from Omuwako, named Esomobodo. He was a House of Assembly member then. He's from Omuwako. He was visiting him, and due to the bad road, his car got spoiled and stuck in one of the bad roads, and there was this mud everywhere. They wanted, or his head wanted to come down and push. He said no, he came down and put his leg inside that mud. And there and then he called for the construction of that road. The next day, work started on that road. That is the only road. Since then, there is no governor. Because the Hakim came last year for 4 years, he did not construct any road in Imo State. Rochas came and stayed 8 years. And he was the governor that was loved by 100 people. They served him, all of them served him. He did not, there is no road, no single road that he constructed in the entire Hajibuma people. There is no place he constructed any road. He left. And Ihedoha came and spent a little time and left. And this one also has spent 4 years without construction. Currently, there is one 419 that is going on from Avo, going down to Ewema. They call the road construction. Why I call it 419? This road started since the time of Jonathan as president. Because that road is supposed to be federal road. That road from that Avo is in Owerri West. After Avo, you see Obesima. Obesima is in Ohaji. After Obesima, you see Omuwako. Omuwako is in Ohaji. After Omuwako, you see Adapam. Adapam is in Ohaji. Ebema. Then after Adapam, you see Etekuru. Etekuru is in Ebema. Until you get to Omok. You get to Okuzi. Omok. That is it. Now, since that time, that road has been under construction till now. As I speak to you, nobody is doing anything. Now, come and see what the current governor is playing politics in the road. Because the other time, youths of Ohaji mobilized and they blocked the Port Harcourt Express road. He sent one of his essays or the commissioner, I don't know. I was following because the television, so I called home and then they were telling me what happened and all that. And since then, this thing happened about 2 years ago, 4 years or 3 years ago. Since then, he is now patching the following day he said he's going to start the construction of that road. And he did small thing at that type of junction. When you stand there, you think that you have constructed that road. Just move 50 meters away from that. You begin to see the road was just abandoned. Now what they are doing is that they are going from spot to spot, pouring all these hardcores in those areas, pouring red sand on top of it. And they are recording that they are constructing the road. If you come there, it's a shame, it's a disgrace to a place that is contributing immensely billions of dollars, if not trillions of dollars, to the economy of not only Nigeria but the entire Africa. Now, we've been mentioning oil. Nobody has been able to mention the powerful farm settlement that was set up by our ancestor, great M.I. Opara. Some of you are forgetting about Adapam Nigeria Limited, the palm plantation that was set up in the 50s or thereabout. They set up this very palm settlement. And then during or after the Aseka took over, and also he has where he also planted his own. Then we call it Aseka. Then, what do they call also when you come there, it's one of. Do you know that possessive Roach has almost destroyed this farm out of his greed? He destroyed this farm, and the one that came in now somehow tried to revive it, but he revived only 30% of this farm. This is a farm that is capable. This is where the Malaysia people came to collect the seedlings they use in becoming one of the largest exporter of vegetable oil today. They have abandoned it. It is no more in full capacity. If you come there, it has become a disgrace. Go to their mill, go to their nucleus, go to all the villages in the farm settlement, and you cry for our people. So this is the target of these Yoruba people, why they say they want to take Ohaji people into their so-called southern region. And I begin to wonder, Ohaji people do not even have a boundary with Abayebon people. We do not have a boundary with the Cross River people. We do not have boundary with the Bayelsa, even though it might be close through the water. But how do you want an Ohaji man if we have to go to, for instance, I'm just trying to look at their stupidity. Not that I am, if we want to, their so-called southern region, probably the capital will be either in Calabar or Port Harcourt. Then Ohaji, or if somebody from Abacheke, for instance, will now pass back to drive. How are you going to locate your, are they these people? Look at the greed of Yoruba man, because they find it very easy to penetrate the so-called South, some of them who do not reason very well to know that these people are really cheating or they are deceiving us. They will tell the Igbo man is your problem. Igbo man is your problem. And now, if peradventure tomorrow you see a Haji man will change immediately and begin to tell you he's no man, Igbo man. Well, maybe I will just wake and tell you, I'm not an Igbo man. You just call me. As you called me now, Mazi, I said, I'm not an Igbo man. And my own Ozioma has, that is how we pronounce Ozioma. Our own Ozioma is Ozioma. It's no more Ozioma. So if your own is Ozioma, you are an Igbo man, my own is Ozioma. You see all this nonsense and stupidity. So when you drive now, let me tell you more about how they divided us. When you drive from Apple Junction, you say you're going to Ebuma. Or from over you're going to Ebuma, you just drive. You start after the farm. Just start the first village you get to see that you say Tekuru, you say Koba, you see Ukwoje, you say Oporola, you say Mbara, begin to you say Biafra, you say Ukuba, and all that, Umoje, all those ones, you get to Abacheke. When you get to Abacheke, you will not see a boundary between Abacheke and Okuzi. But Abacheke is Imo State, Okuzi, River State. But there is no boundary. Just say, this is house, this is house. Except to read signboard.
Mazi, can I come in? Mazi, pause there. But let me come in there a bit before you continue.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me tell you something. All these things, their agenda, political agenda, in order to subjugate us, there is nothing. It doesn't for you. It doesn't make sense. You call it stupidity, but for them, they know what they are doing. They are only for their interest. Are you hearing me? Listen,
yes.
Just let me give you this example.
Yes.
How Niger Republic, they have been suffering no electricity, despite that they are #1 uranium producers. Is it after Russia? They are #2 in the world. Niger Republic. France has been in control since the 60s or even 50s till death. They don't have 80% of Niger Republic no electricity. It's Nigeria that is even giving them electricity through dam. Now, but they are praising them as a democracy. America is calling, it's the big democracy, coming up with democracy, but they are poor. So you see that politics of this world does not make sense. When you look at it, it doesn't make sense to you and I. But those that are controlling, they know what they are doing. So it doesn't look at New Caledonia in far away Australia side, but it is for France. The people are saying, no, we want to be free, let us win. And they say, no, you are our land. We are more than 10,000 kilometers to France. Do you see the world we are in? So when you are citing all these things, it doesn't need to go into all these details whether it makes sense. Nothing makes sense. What makes sense is our interest, his interest, because they are driven by interest. What you call stupidity, if we don't fight it as a people, it will stick. Okay, I read go to Niger Delta in Google, type Niger Delta, and you go to demography, you see, they say, they have written it there. They say in Niger Delta there are about more than 40 ethnic groups. And you know, ethnic group, they counted Ohaji as one ethnic group. Igboid groups as another, different. Ohaji is different. Abo is different ethnic group. Ikwere is different ethnic group. Do you see how that is how the world rolls? Once it is we as a people that will be calling that we are stupid. The agendas, they know what they are doing. You might be saying they are stupid. Look at what I read in my preamble. Bill Gates program has been approved by Nigerian government. He said Nigeria federal government launches Bill Gates funded GMO seeds. Name seed Telambe's variety. This is the product why they have been using Fulani henchmen, destroying farms everywhere. You are saying, no, they are Islamizing us. No, it is deeper than that. So for me, it is stupid action. But do you see, they are driving to that agenda. That is why they kept Ohaji Ebema undeveloped. Any Imo State governor that wants to enter there, they will sign him. You will take a note never to touch there. It is federal government, Nigerian federal government property. It is what Britain has instigated. So for for us, it's stupid, but for them, it is not. It is the agenda. They are taking billions of dollars every day from there. We are saying it's stupid. So it doesn't matter how you see it and how stupid it may sound, maybe relating you to that is how they want it. That thing they want is how bell-bent they want to do it. Unless we become suicidal in making sure that it doesn't happen. That is resistance. That is how it is going to be stopped. So that is what I want to ship in there. Mazi, please go on.
Okay, as I was saying, there is this politics they are playing in dividing us the more, in trying to make our people like somebody who is from Okuzi, Obrinkum, Omok. For instance, people call this, what they call Omok is Omoko Azu. That is the real name. Then, man, do you know that this area, as I mentioned, from Etekuru has two villages or two towns in Ebem. That is Etekuru and Etekuru. Like they came and migrated, they came for farming due to other farms. So they begged Ohaji people on that land. Actually, so they begged them to stay there. They stayed there, but now they just formed a community there. Now they answer Etekuru 1 and Etekuru 2. So they are the only community in Ebema that has electricity. And do you know how they got it? The entire Ebema, the entire Ebema, all the communities, including Abacheke, that is just the same communities of Okuzi, they do not have electricity. And they have abundant gas in their land. Do you know what? They play drum politics so that our people who are this side say, if you can say you are not able to, you will be getting electricity like this people. Just say you are not able. Just say you are not able. Like Okuzi man, whose name is Uchenna. Somebody just walk. It's just like I don't know how to describe it. There is no difference. There is nothing. Not even a bush of one plot of land. It's a demarcation there. There is nothing there to show. Except to read signboard, you know that this place is Okuzi, River State, this place is Abacheke, Imo State. Just a small community is part of Abacheke, except I think they answer module or something of that nature. So That Etekuru one, they had, I want to capture that story very well, how it happened. But there is a particular oil company that wanted to do something. They had issue with Abateke and the other side of River State called Oku. So that Etekuru one had now be the place of their rallying point. They say, okay, since Abateke refused them, they went there. They say, okay, we give you condition. You give all this electricity. Then you pass it through to the other our community that is far. They have to, these people have to pass through water and good food down from backyard down to the other side of it. And it's very far, and give them. These are the only two communities or towns that have electricity in the entire Ebema. There's no other community in Ebema that has electricity even as we speak. Ohaji only is worse. Ohaji is even supposed to be two local governments. Ohaji is supposed to be two local governments. Asa, Awara, Obil, and Obete are supposed to be their own local government alone. Their own local government alone. Now, these people come when you just get to the border between Abateke and Okuzi, you see road constructions. Not that this is what is obtainable or standard in the outside the world, but here that we are not even seeing anyone, you can at least appreciate that one. But the only way you will know that you are in Imo State is when you drive, you see that better road construction, you know you've left Imo State. And if you're coming from the other side, you just see that you don't join one lane. Imo State, you just see one lane, and the gallop, begin to see gallop, you know that you're in Imo State. And they are using that thing to push our people, tell them, deny that you are not Igbo. Deny that you are not Igbo.
Exactly.
Better construction.
Mazi, do you see what I'm saying? You see? They use it as a blackmail.
This is where I come from.
Yes.
When Yeso Nwike was governor, he sent some delegates to come to Ohaji that if we deny that we are not Igbos, that they are going to begin to pay everybody 150,000. I'm telling you the truth. Some of them begin to come and say, don't you ever sign that nonsense. Now chase them away. They sent some missionaries to come into our place to do that. He was an agent of the federal government. They sent him to come and do that. When Yeso Nwike was governor of River State, the same people, they came here and they were rejected in Obete and other places in Ohaji. They came in. A place as big as Obete. Obete has, at the moment, I think there are gas turbines there, but yet they cannot give that community electricity. Well, there is gas turbine there.
Mazi, do you see that is they are blackmailing Mazi? They are blackmailing you people for not denying your identity. Do you see when we see people say, do you see when we see people, I'm Delta, I'm not Igbo? There is something deep inside it. We need to find, we need to understand. It is not ordinary. There are things that are happening on the ground. It is all those things that we should fight and take care of it. Not the result, the end result of, I am Chioma, but I'm not Igbo. There is something on the ground. You see, they are paying you now, blackmailing you, say, okay, if you don't deny your identity, we are not going to build that place. Leave it like that. Let them continue and eat that their identity. And they will be taking everything out of there. Do you see? This is a collective fight. It's not only the Ohaji Ebema fight. It is a collective fight of every Biafran. I am telling you. And we must engage in it. Mazi, go on.
As I was saying, now, not that they are giving these people a better life, not that they are giving them a better life, but because they are also deceiving them, but they don't know. When they come, they see that we are enjoying 24 hours electricity, we have good roads, and yet, listen, let me tell you, yet there are people go inside the bush or by the side of the road every day. Their mothers, their children. Do you know what they are doing to feed? They are looking for granites left over with the road construction companies that have left. They are scavenging for them, putting them in sack bags. They want to sell them 1,000, 1,500. At least they should to feed their family. These are people that should be living a life like those in Dubai,
like kings,
like those in other parts of the United States, like those in Qatar, like those in Kuwait, like those in Oman, and other Gulf countries, in Saudi Arabia and other Gulf countries. I am telling you that when you come, you don't need anybody to show you. You begin to see oil companies. You see Shell, you see plenty oil companies. You begin to ask yourself, why are these people suffering? We shouldn't be suffering. And I am telling you that not only we are suffering, there are so many communities in Ohaji who do not have secondary school, government secondary schools. I don't know if you understand. They don't have government-owned secondary schools. They do not have health centers. They do not have telecommunication networks. Of course, they do not have. I tell you, okay, let me begin to call the communities in Ohaji. We have Asa, we have Awara, we have Obina, we have Ikwerede, we have Ochia, we have Idide, we have Ovuruga, we have Umagwa, we have Umoso, we have Umagwa, we have Umahabu, we have Umokane, we have Babago, we have Umukune, we have Ihe, we have Etioha, we have Obosima, we have Umuwago, I don't know if I called it before, we have Ohuba, I don't know if I miss anyone, we have Obete. Now, out of these communities that are called, let me now mention to you the few that has electricity. Obosima has electricity, and this electricity was gotten out of community effort. Obosima has traditional 6 towns and political 10 towns. Each town that made up this very community, out of their own sweat, gave themselves electricity. No government funded anything for them. They made this project their own. They made launchings and contributed money and gave themselves electricity. The same thing with Omuwako. Omuwako, a young man, single-handedly gave them electricity because during Mbappe did the wiring, but it didn't work. They sacked them. It was not commissioned. So since then, it was abandoned. So a young man who made money, God bless, he came in and extended the thing. During that time, it was just so the community is now big. He extended it to other places, and now bought transformers and everything. Certain things have been vandalized. He bought new transformers and extended the whole thing, and it was commissioned. That is how it happened. This is the second community that has electricity now. Now the third community that has electricity is Umokane. Just because one of their sons became the Superdeck MD the last 4 years of Hopus of the Puma. So he revived their own electricity. They got electricity. Then their neighboring village, their Uhuba, also got. So making it 4 communities now out of the something community that has electricity. So I am not sure if there is any other community in Ohaji that has electricity. Apart from these 4 I mentioned. Apart from these 4, the neighboring community that is behind the Omokane is Ohuba. They have electricity too. So I am not sure if Mbrichi has electricity. If they have, maybe they just revive their own because they are one of those that Mbappe gave electricity those days, but it didn't work out. But at least he did the wiring and other things for them. But at the time, it didn't work out. So I don't know if Mbrichi revived their own. I don't know if Umagbo also, where we have former Imopoli was situated because before it was removed and moved to the governor took it to his village. So they now replaced it with another university, University of Agriculture or something, agricultural science. Yeah. So this is the suffering the people of Ohaji are going through. You can imagine at this 21st century, the local government that has 30% of the gas deposit in the entire Africa does not have electricity. They do not have good roads. They do not have schools where their children. I can tell you that go to Asa, go to Awa, there's no secondary school, government-owned secondary schools, unless they were, established like 2 years ago. can see private schools there, but no health centers, no good road to access all these places. But with all the heavy trucks, they still swap their way, go there, put their equipment and all that, siphon all the oil, pipe all the gas, pipe all the oil, and go. So the people of Ohaji are calling on the world. We need a place where we can have the liberty, the freedom to enjoy the resources God has given to us, to control it and enjoy it, just like others who are in the Gulf countries, like the Qataris, like the Arabians, like the United Arab Emirates, like those in the Kuwait, and even those in Iran and Iraq. They're enjoying their oil, at least better than us. So, and the only place we are sure of all this, the only place we know we can participate and have what belongs to us is in Biafra. Nigeria can never give it to us. Nigeria can never give it to us. We want Biafra to come because we want to be out of this very suffering. We want to be out of this marginalization, this shame and disgrace they have put us in. We want to get out of it. I speak to you now. There is a new place they discovered oil. It is called Ohuba in Ohaji. Just 3 weeks ago, they started clearing the site already as we speak. Just 3 weeks ago. I'm telling you, this one is just 3 weeks ago. The new company is there and are clearing the site. When you go to, even when I was speaking, I forgot to tell you that that's at the Palm 5 settlement. As we speak now, Nigeria government is drilling oil there. In that part, they cleared so many palms, their palm tree, and they are drilling oil. In that farm settlement, there is oil there too. They are drilling oil there. So we are suffering here. Why they are enjoying? They are making billions of dollars, and our people are suffering. Our people are suffering. All the efforts we made to give ourselves electricity in this part of the yet at the end of the month, EEDC will carry a limited bill and give to us, and we do not see that electricity. They give our people a limited bill. My mother begins to call me, electricity bill. How many times do you see this life? Because people go to, I send money for fuel to go and pump water for her. You see? I send money for fuel. I say, please go to the house, pump water for my mother. Because if there is electricity, I won't be sending money for fuel to pump water for her. So we have been suffering. It's been going so much difficult. We've been suffering in this part of the world. We want people to think about it. We want people to talk about it. So if anybody is dreaming, if any Yoruba person is dreaming of taking us and lobbing us into one inglorious place and to increase our suffering where we become minority, we do not want it. And we are going to reject it. So it's a shame to Ohanese. It's a shame, it's a disgrace to them that they are not going about it. Look at our people who are in Benue. Nobody is talking on how to bring them back and join them in the southeast. Look at our people who are in Kogi. Nobody is talking about it. Some of our brothers are making efforts. The Ibezuo, the Nnamdi, and others are making efforts. Bringing all these things. Our people who are in Cross River in Ishobo, nobody is talking on how to include them. Talk to them. Okay, propose a bill to the federal government and say, we want all Igbos also to be in one region. We have our brothers who are our people who are in Biafra. We have our people who are in one time I was traveling to you, we got to a place in Okwa. Our people are also in what do they call it? In Afaibom State. We have some communities in Afaibom who are Igbo people. Okay, propose a bill of, okay, let us have our own region. At least, let us see that you people are doing, their bills are working. Even though this is not what we want, but at least let us know. And you are there, Yoruba man also know that there is a place called Ohaji, rich in oil and gas, and they want to push us out, our kids and kids, so that it can be very easy for them to siphon all that we have. And probably they may even ginger a jihad on us and wipe us out and take over our land. This is what they want. This is how they want to reduce us. This is how they want to destroy us. And somebody is busy proposing about Olusegun. How is Olusegun going to solve our problem? how is Olu State going to solve our problem?
Mazi, the person proposing it tomorrow, Mazi, the person proposing it tomorrow, who will become a candidate for Olo governorship. That is what only what matters. That is only what matters to them. What they will gain, nothing more. They don't care about us, and they don't care about the people.
The governor is already. Do you know that the governor is already clearing a site in his village in Omoma where they will build the headquarters of the Olu State? I can get you the video. The governor is clearing a place already where the place for the Olu State already. You can imagine.
Mazi, many of our people. Honestly, when I say that our people are the primitive, you try to understand it deeply.
We are not doing
highly
well.
primitive.
Political leaders are not doing well. They are not. They are not. We know that all the politicians in Nigeria are criminals, but the ones from the south are the worst. They are the worst. They are the worst of them all. They are the worst of them all. They are the worst of them all. They don't care about their people. They are so selfish and self-centered. They want everything in their pocket. You know, when our people begin now say, we want to let us fight, so let us get, you begin to say, why are you people carrying arms again? But look at what is happening. How can you subjugate people to this level of inhumanity? How? How? What is difficult? Construct good roads for these people. Give them good health care. Grant their children free education. Give them good road, electricity. What else are they asking you for? Make sure they live a good life. They deserve stipends every month. You put it in their account. This is what God has blessed them with. It's in their land. So why are you denying all these things? You are carrying all the billions of dollars. What else are they asking you for? Make sure they live a good life. They deserve stipends every month. You put it in their account. This is what God has blessed them with. It's in their land. So why are you denying all these things? You are carrying all the billions of dollars asking you for. Make sure they live a good life. They deserve stipends every month. You put it in their account. This is what God has blessed them with. It's in their land. So why are you denying all these things? You are carrying all the billions of dollars. Is their reason. When they go say, I want to become a governor, I want to become a lawmaker, I want to become this, I want to become that. What do they bear in mind before they go there? To steal? To become a billionaire in dollars or what? Or to take care of the affairs of the people, to build roads, bring industries, and all that. I mean, if you build industries, you bring infrastructure, engage the people, I mean, nobody's going to disturb.
There, Mazi. I think.
Thank you very much.
There, Mazi. You know, there's something I want to say before you go off. Let us understand this. Since we are defeated in a war, 1970, the British plan was to destroy us completely so that we become completely irrelevant as a people, not as an individual. As a people, because once we are irrelevant as a people politically, when we talk about politically, that is as a whole. Now, individually, we are nothing. We are just simple slaves. That is why when you see they impose their stooges as political leaders on us. These are not people we elected. These are not people. The vivid example is Hope Uzodinma and Emeka Ihedioha. At least the people voted Emeka Ihedioha, but they remove him because he didn't sign. Part of what he didn't sign is to underdevelop, not to neglect Ebema or Haji Ebema, not to touch anything about it. There are things they have to sign. Just like, do you see presidents, African president like Chinedu, before they confirm him, you see America just congratulated him the first time after the voting to declare him a winner, because they know that once they congratulated him, they congratulate him, they validate him. They are the world powers. There are things he have to sign on the ground. He have to deliver, and the part of that thing is, look, we are seeing it today. Now, this adopting of Bill Gates GMO food, federal government launches it, so it's part of the program. You understand? So when you will see the people we call governors, you know this mantra they say in Igbo language by our people: if you cannot beat them, you join them. It's very evil. It's an evil mantra we need to remove from our dialect. This is what they do. Once you are, you know this mantra they say in Igbo language by our people: if you cannot beat them, you join them. It's very evil. It's an evil mantra we need to remove from our dialect. This is what they do. Once you are, that's why they go to pay obeisance in Sokoto. There they will ask you, they will tell you to sign things. Hey, do you see, look at the do's and don'ts as a governor. Do you agree? Once you say yes, now they say, okay, we will support you. That is the source of these people, because they don't care. What matters to them is their, you know, the situation they are makes them become monsters. They are not there for us. That is the thing, because we are not in charge. We as a people must be in charge in order to produce the type of government we want. But we are not in charge. That is the root cause. That is why IPOB is fighting, in order to liberate us, so that we will be in charge of our lives as a people. Now, from us being a people, now we can present to somebody, say, oh yeah, be our head, lead us politically, or represent us. But once we are not in charge, there is nothing we can do. That's why Haji Ebema is undeveloped, because it is the policy. They will continue like that until one day they'll say, okay, Haji now is South. Haji Ebema. When I call you Oziomas, you say no, I'm not Igbo. Your own is Igbo, my own. We have Ozioma is Ohaji is my language. That is what they want. Exactly what they want. And now they will come and give you crumbs. They will build one road and you say, you shout. After that, they continue exploitation. That time, ask, don't you see One where they have One port? They were shouting, One port has not been built since 19. Whereas they promise us, they use, or even we fight against Biafra, our brothers. But today, don't you see that? That is, it is incumbent on us as a people, all of us. This is not an individual fight or a community fight only for Ebema. No, it is all of us that we stand firm and resist this thing. You understand? If it needs spilling of blood, let it be. I am telling you. Otherwise, we continue talking and shouting from here, thy kingdom. Ebema cannot, Ebema only, or Haji Ebema, they cannot do nothing. Because you are fighting against a heavy monster, not even only Nigeria, but Britain. Because they are afraid that if we're in charge, now we will negotiate amicably before our natural resources will come. We buy and sell amicably. Win-win situation. They don't want it. They want exploitation. Continuous exploitation in this war. That is what they want. Until we resist. Until we rise up, it will continue. So, Mazi, I don't know, please just use 1 minute to take a pattern shot, please. Go on.
Okay, thank you very much. In my conclusion, I want to say this. Ohaji Ebema cannot and will never be the political property of any group of people or set of people, be those who are from Ohaji and Ebema and those who are outsiders. We are not going to allow it, and it will not happen. For instance, as I was talking about Ebema and Ndoni, I heard when you were saying there's a place called Ndoni too there I've been using, where former governor of River State is from. They are just a stone throw from us here. These are places that are supposed to be originally in Imo State, but they carefully carved them, and lobbed them into River State, just to make sure that Igbo man is restricted.
And they now call them a separate language. They don't recognize. They call them a separate ethnic nationality, ethnic group, not Igbo.
Yes,
that is
oil.
it. Go on.
All these things are done because of oil. So as I was talking about, do you know that Okuzi, when you read there, you see read Okuzi, Ebema. They will write Ebema, that Okuzi that they put in River State, they still write Ebema. Then Abacheke will write Abacheke, Ebema. But the same Ebema, when you get there, you tell you it's not Ebema. But you are from Ebema, and I say my own Ebema is what will happen to your own Ebema? It was recently before, it used to be one king that ruled both the Ebema in River State and the Ebema in Imo State. But recently, they divided it. We are in different states. The team traditionally killed so many young people until they went and appeased. They say the government cannot divide them, even though they are in River State that we are still one. That traditionally, they have one king that ruled them. So what we are saying in a nutshell is that we are suffering in this part of the world. We are suffering. We are calling on our Igbo brothers. We are calling on our people all over the world. So please, campaign about it. Make sure you resist any attempt to take the people of Ohaji or the people of Ewema and lob them to any place at all. The Yoruba people want. They want to steal our resources. They want to take what belongs to us. And we are not ready to do it. We are Igbos, and we continue to be Igbos. We are Biafrans, and we are not going to change our identity because of what the antics of the Nigerian government agents and their British sponsors want to subject us. They never thought oil will come from this part of, when they were carving the other part out, those were the people that had oil, they carved them out. So recently these oil are coming, so they want to also see how they can still steal. One day they will find out that the oil at the heart of oil, and they will, I swear, steal from there. So we are calling on you to come and help us in any way you can. Campaign with us through any platform you have. Thank you very much.
Mazi.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jonathan. Mazi Jonathan. Chinedu, I appreciate you. The people of Ohaji also appreciate you. And Radio Biafra, the largest network calling for the freedom of our people. We appreciate you people. Thank you very much.
There were Mazi. We are in this together. There is no letting back. We are purely in this together. Because what do you call it? Anything done against any part of us is done against all of us. That is the mantra. Ekumeku, warrior style, mass attack and mass defense. It is not about we can do it as a community. We can do it. No, we can't do it. You are fighting a very monstrous war. You understand? Without being together, we can't do nothing. In the face of what is facing us, in the face of these monsters. So that is the reality. So we must continue. I will go into a few minutes break, and when I come back, I will continue by opening the line. Please do not go away. I will be right back.
This thing not that good, oh. I say it not good, oh. This thing not that good, oh. No one knows tomorrow. Oh yes, oh yeah, make una open una ear. Hear this one. This one now for EEDC, oh. EEDC want defraud Southeast with exorbitant electricity bills with no adequate power supply. On top the matter be say, they no go give prepaid meter to their customers, but them go give illegal high estimated bills. They no want know if lights dey or e no dey. Instead of them to fix am, they go force people to pay the bills wey they no use, or them go cut the lights. I wonder how power transformer, buy electricity cables, and yet pay huge amount of money to this Obodo Naija corrupt EEDC, but they no go gree connect or bring the lights. Even when they dismantle to repair community transformers wey spoil, they no go repair or return it to the communities. This issue don tire people o. Anambra State Governor Soludo, im don pay 100 billion naira to Emeka Ofo and EEDC. This matter dey under agreement to provide light o, 24 hours light o, but from March 2023 until now, Anambra State still dey for darkness. Emeka Ofo don frustrate other companies wey wan give us light. The koko be say EEDC na the reason why Southeast no dey develop. This thing no dey good o. I say e no good o. This thing no dey good o. No one knows tomorrow.
What is Ohaji, Ebema, Uguta doing in the southern region that you want to put them in Akwa Ibom and Ibibio? What is the reflection? Not even that you put them into River State. I mean, what's the relationship? How would they share any boundary with the people you want to join them with? But you just want to cap them out. You just want to grab it from the Igbo man. And you know what? Most Igbo people don't even understand it. The West is going to support them, and I'll tell you why. They want to pipe, gas from Ohaji to the south, to the west, because they don't want to be dealing with Russia again in this their gas region, and giving them money to fight them. Are you getting the point? So they want to deflect Russia by getting gas from another source, and that source is Nigeria, and that Nigeria is Igbo man. Just Google this largest gas deposit in Nigeria. They want to take that away. Now, that's bill I'm told is going to be presented to the president to present it as an executive bill. What should Ohaji Ebema be doing in another place outside the southeastern state? Why do you want to bring in some states, some areas to yourself in the southwest, and now want to deplete the southeast? What kind of unfair country is it?
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra HAUSA-SERVICE coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Chinedu from Olu province of Biafra land, and we are here live and direct. Today is the 18th day of June 2024. Tata bo oboche nkwo. Therefore, our lines are now opened. As usual, our direct line is +1 213 328 6224. I repeat, +1 213 328 6224. Our WhatsApp and Signal line is +61 405 142 547. I repeat, +61 405 142 547. I have callers already. I will bring in Mazi. Okay, please. Can you hear me? Mazi, okay, foreign. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear from here. Can you hear me?
Yes, the whole world is hearing. Please, go on.
All right, thank you. Our leader remains Nnamdi, members of Shuguzana, and we have to appreciate our Lord and the keys. And the head of the director remains Mazi Chika Edozim and all his lieutenants that are doing wonderfully well. Men and women of God radicals all over the world. We are giving you our greetings. I'm giving you my greetings from Poland here where I'm based. Of course, I hear from Omaka. Omaka is another province of Biafra, and I have to appreciate our brother Ozioma from Ohaji. who had done a lot of talking this morning, but and that is the opportunity we are going to capitalize and start bombarding Israel government and all of them, exposing a lot of things that is happening there by writing, by whichever way we can do it. Now, Mazi, I came here with my beloved brothers, especially from Omaka, and both of them are principal officers in what we are doing. We are coming to educate our people in Omaka and in Warrens, both Amuyam and the whole of Ndaba and all in general and Imo State. We are coming here to debunk what is peddling around Omaka, the incident kidnapping that is happening in Omaka. Because we know that people found in Finland with his criminal gang that are involved in kidnapping, in raping, snatching of cars and human organs, are terrorizing that area, abducting our people. The worst thing, they're not calling us what they're doing, they're butchering our people. Every day people are missing, not only Omaka. That man they killed last Sunday. That guy is not from Omaka with his razor. They killed him, they took him with the car. Nobody knows where he was coming, where he was going. Probably somebody who want to go to what their army is here. And we're equally telling our people to avoid that road. Biafrans all over the world, in Igbo, who call the road from Omaka is no go area. And we will read the same thing. So people follow or what they correct. It's important to follow express better. Now, Mazi, we don't have more time to stay here because of the program now. Time has gone. I will hand over to our beloved brother from Russia. He will introduce himself. After that, our Indian brother will flow like just 3 minutes at work from me so that we can give platform to other people to call in before you close. I go mute now. Mazi, please, over to you.
I'm Philip Biafra. Meeting I live here in federations as the
Mazi, your voice is not flowing, well, please.
No, the lights are the bubbling and the coming. And Mazera, please, if you are having Bluetooth, remove it, please. Let
no person use Bluetooth. No, waste time, please. I'll talk direct to the phone.
I don't have any Bluetooth. Am I coming up here?
Yes, sometimes he goes inside, but go on, let's see.
Actually, as I was saying, we are here to let the Biafrans know about the atrocities that Finland that live in Finland, the atrocity that is committing in Omaka. Omaka is known as a peaceful village, but it's unfortunate that Finland and the criminal gangs have turned it into a slaughterhouse. They slaughter our people and then sell their organs to their slave masters. But we are telling them this night that they should stop, because we know all of them. They should stop. Enough is enough. All the blood of the innocent citizens that have been sharing is crying out loud, and their blood can never go without any revenge. If you are a foreigner, that you are a visitor, you are living in Omaka, and then you are part of this atrocity, you better do yourself a favor to vacate our land as soon as possible, because boys are not men are not smiling, because these people they are killing children of our people. They are our children. They are our sons and daughters. They are our brothers and sisters. So their blood is crying bitterly. Therefore, we are telling you people, if you know that your hand is in this atrocity, quit tonight, because anybody that go ahead to be an instrument to kill our people will never go unpunished. That's my short message tonight. And they will not much need.
Okay, thank you. Now you can unmute yourself and introduce your president properly.
evening, Mazi. Thank you very much. Mazi, okay, for you. And as well, Mazi Jonathan, I bring my greetings to you from India. I remember this statement. I just want to use this opportunity to pass this unacceptable message to every person around the matter. Because like my brother Mazi had said earlier, Umaka is a very peaceful community. From the time immemorial, we have not known Umaka people to be people that used to commit crimes here and there, especially against ourselves. We want to use this opportunity to pass this particular important message to people that have been misled, because many people will be committing this crime. This crime that's being committed by the Buffon in Finland with his criminal gangs, committing it, letting people know that this is IPOB or ESN. Please, I want to let the people of Umaka to be aware, let them be aware that all the crimes going on by these particular criminal gangs are nothing concerning IPOB and ESN in these crimes, because IPOB does not kill their people. We are here to save our people, not to kill them. This is the important message that I will pass. So what we want to let the people know tonight is that all of them that have been committing this crime, we all know all of them. We are using this opportunity to let them know that they should remove their hands from this particular crime, because this particular crime, because our brother from can you hear me? Mute yourself and speak up now. Can you hear me from Qatar? Can you hear me from Qatar? Okay, if you are not letting me go, please unmute yourself, because we don't have time. Thank you, Mark. Good morning from here. The Mazi, the Colonial man, and they go here with young we had the
Mazi welite olu gị obere ama m ebe na ochie adịgo ihe a ma welite olu gị welitete olu gị.
Alright, ị na ihe m na-ekwu kịta?
Dị mma na ọ dị mma.
Alright, so this evening
Mazi welite olu gị obere ama m ebe na ochie adịgo ihe a ma welite olu gị welitete olu gị.
Alright, ị na ihe m na-ekwu kịta?
Dị mma na ọ dị mma.
Alright, so this evening
ebe na ochie adịgo ihe a ma welite olu gị welitete olu gị.
Alright, ị na ihe m na-ekwu kịta?
Dị mma na ọ dị mma.
Alright, so this evening to understand the ploys of the enemy, because one thing people have to understand is that the people we are dealing with are not giving up anytime soon. The influx of the Fulanese coming to water the ground for their forthcoming operations is still going on. What I want to say this morning is that nobody in Umaka should allow him or herself to be used as a launching pad for the enemy. And if you are from Umuaka, if you live in Umuaka, if you come to Umuaka to perpetrate this sin against our people, make sure you desist from this nonsense. Make sure you desist from this nonsense. Those, they control the opposition in Finland, who they use to perpetrate some of the atrocities in Biafra land. I think they are part of the
people or his gang are part of the ones perpetuating this nonsense in Umuaka. But as we know, Ndi Igbo say, "Okwu na-aga wam anya na-aga zamzam na ahụ ya." Please be careful and make sure that this nonsense must stop. As a concerned person from Umuaka, as we have joined our voice together this morning to speak, please make sure that this nonsense stops. It doesn't matter where you're coming from. It doesn't matter how many you are. Make sure that the people of Umuaka, innocent people of Umuaka, will not continue to pay the price of this rubbish. Mazi, I don't have much time this morning. These are the clear message that we want to pass in one unity to anybody who is involved in committing these crimes against Umuaka people, against Biafrans, against people for Inunjaba, Isu, and its environs. Please desist, and this message is clear. And when the action that will follow it comes, let nobody say he or she was not warned. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, my brother. Well spoken. Mazani, mute yourself right away, please.
Okay, for them because one in the she check a baguman Ashko Academy say, I'm a mekan de buy in Nasha. That in Hanene, Ola one year on a we have no Makaina because so much about before I got relaxo. Eba na matrandobia, na matono, na church ban. I never lot of Tobia Becanic, Hano Becani. Managa Haska, Nagaska Urukutanima, or Urukutanima, more got to Nisigi. Give them no marker. I will like Hannah for a here. Now, village, I give up a man, or a man on a village now. Now, Marco, can afford the Haban, don't know. Or because of Ndana Kojiri here and I was saying here without the Hala Force, no social media, no far away, no Akoji, had the Sona, Rara, get away that no Maha, no Nahamulu, no one you could be by Lulu, Mando, no matter. I was in my house, I had the young guy. One of the many shows, all up, go to me is she. Cashing baby road, you know, not. I saw one more academy. About the mad. Because I asked me, I can want a man, I want to go the Unata. You all like me, about the women. But oh my, I would do nobody. Mana bezo shepherd of that when the send the mark. Mano Maka Wahid Ama Nanja and all diocese. I am here weary. Because or the money that I would have kept through Galwaka Hadum. Only one because we have a security queue. All the part of the navy and the men with the whole security. Man, I have message government, but as yet, Jack and represent Munani. Now that I have singing Mojo, no Budani, or I can't to Mbaga Habotra stage of Mazi, I have and don't that, and the Oseba, no Mohammed, Yemen, okay, Subuna. Give one mark or give one mark on the no Macani. Because when them, oh, you want them here. Ban got what offer. Because you I don't know for you as I don't know. Abba Lewy, Abba Lewy, who guys met no number. Again, guy, get up one leg. I said, I met I'm not going to be here. No for another for my about 4 days, 5 days, 1 week. Where about my arm? The woman who don't know. And I was a show though. I got to walk a for that. Give one your life on the Monday night, Lumunum Kucha. Because we're going to get one for a mad. All the John Nako, Biafra, better beach, we not here so go ogun we ka na alo ajo wa na ajo so la our leaders say so ndo mbo na ga brebe I ga man sellers I ga brebe o he ba now o he bi brebe o so ndi ni mo ya bu ndo yes na chi maka ndi fulani o bu ba ma and ndi ba nuru la ko na jate o ndo te me ihe na me na village ma o he ka ndo te ai yes na wudu fiki drop yes na wudu for ngene ina mali moto yes na wudu mo madu anu ni mo ya na alụ ha asị idefend our bush and our mother and season ndị na-alụ ọrụ biko ọwụhụ ndị ESN ọwụhụ ndị IPOB ọwụ ndị fil na ha ga-enweta Biafra n'echiri ma ndị asị ga-azụ m ozi ka ha nwee ike iji ọpọchiti akpọta ndị ahụ ka enwe ike repụ ụmụnna anyị bikọs onye mee nke ọma ya rọ nke ọma onye rọ nke ọjọọ ya enweta nke ọjọọ onye ọtarịrị nwanne ka ọ nwee ike bụ ọgaranya ọ ga-eji ego akwụkwọ ụdọ gbuo onwe ya I never can do my cabin, or number one, or one after the Shadia, so my car, which is home. I can get them. We're going to go over man. Or I'm not going from here, Mozambique. Mazi go from. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Mazi, thank you. Our brother from Qatar is having a problem, but can you be going to by Honor's Honor because out the line at ụmụnna nọ na diaspora na-ekwuchi okwu ike maka ihe na-eme n'ụmụaka especially ụmụnna ndị na Amerịka ọ daa n'ibodo gbara ana m asụ ụmụaka na-akọ nna anụ m ọfụma ihe ọbụla a ga-eme ma onye ukwu ma onye ntapụta and ndị ọnụ na-afụ n'ụmụaka onwere ihe dịka ụmụ ọma maka ama nkọl na-abịghị onwere ihe dịka ụmụ ọma onwere ihe dịka Liberation Army ụmụnne m ekwucha na ESN nọ n'ime ọhịa ndị niile nọ na-afụra ma ọtụra ma ezi ọha ma ukwu ọjị ma ụmụnne ọha n'ezi ama obi ịtọ ọwụrụ ndị ka anyị na-abịa kidnap ụmụnna ya gị wụrụ nwa afọ ụmụaka aka ebe iri gị na-eti gị enyo oge arịgasị na mmadụ ọkwa na-aga wọnwa anya na-aga wọnwa na anyị machakwa ọnụ anyị jicha ọnụ n'aka na so wepụga aka onye mba bịa na ụmụaka na-akọmikram bụ n'abalị a chọwa ụzọ gị Mazi Jonathan, I got happy here because our brother from Qatar na-enwe problem. Ihe na-achọ ụmụnna anyị ka ha bịa ka anyị mekwa nga anyị Chukwu Okaba ma ga-agozi a na-eri a na-enye afọ ka anyị lekwana le ihe ọdụda abịa with time anyị ga-apụtakwa again yọla na agwụgwọ dị ụwa ka o si aga bọs ha ji aka ha ọ bara nke ahụ sị ngwara bịa ụgwọ ESN ga-apụtakwa ma ha kontinu kwe ya ndewo thank you ndewo na chejele ka anyị hapụ na ya biko ka anyị na-wọchị
ndewo thank you we must continue onye agwara amanago so IPOB is a global movement. That's it. That's the only thing I will say. Caller, we continue. Caller on WhatsApp, please. You have been there for so long. You have been there for 17 minutes. Please go on. Can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp.
Yeah, Mazi, can you hear me? Good evening, sir.
Mazi, can you hear me? Yes. Why is your voice not coming out? Wait, just hold on.
Can you hear me now?
I'm hearing you, but it's not coming out. Hold on. I will set it up. Okay, continue speaking. Let me see.
Okay. Good evening, great
Yes,
Biafrans
go on.
all over the world.
Go on. Yes.
Yes. Thank you very much, sir. My name remains in Mazi Wisdom. Mazi Wisdom is from Ebema, where our brother Uzoma.
Mazi, yes, I thought so. You are from the same side. Go on, Mazi, go on.
Yes, sir. So I'm from Ebema, and my village there is close to the headquarters, which is the Mao. And after Mao is our village, we have a boundary with them. You know, Mazi, what our brother Uzoma said is purely truth. All he said is true. Mazi, do you know that I will say since 1914 that any project they brought in Ebema, that none of them is being built, none of them is being shot. In Ebema, they are building turban. And also continue when our brothers stop. In Ebema, they brought a turban since 2007 by Obasanjo. This turban, they are building close to our village. Till today, how many years this turban have not been commissioned? Mazi, do you know that our brother Michael Okiro was IGP They brought what they called as police college in my community. This police college, till today, since 2008 to now, is not commissioned. Mazi, which one will I mention and leave another one? Mazi, you know, like our brother said, in our community for how many years we don't see light, don't have anything light. But every month they will come and clear the line, the high tension, and say that they will bring light. But at the end, they will not bring light. But I'm asking them, the turban they are building in Nebema is enough to power the whole of, if not the whole of Eastern region, because they said that turban we have about 3 phases. But till today, because it's this time that you have opened my eyes, you know, to know that these people, they sign agreement not to develop Ebema. It's this night that I know. And I concur and believe, because let me say, when my hero was Inspector General of Police, they commission in our village, they commission all the roads, they bring even to build water, you know, borehole. But today, none of this we have on that. Inspector General of Police is from our community. Mazi, ordinary road, even a road to his house is not built. A road to Michael Kiro's house is not built. Do you know that the zoo, the reason why they accepted Michael Kiro is because they told the man to deny that he's from Igbo. He now allowed himself to River State. He now said that he's from River State. That place that our brother mentioned, Okuzi. Michael Kiro now said that he's from Okuzi. That is why they make the man the IG of police. And they instructed the man that he will not build anything in our community. Till today, the date, they never built anything in our community. So, Mazi, I am adding my voice with all the Ebema to say we are not going anywhere they call so-called Akwa Ibom. I'm thinking, where will we from to cross Akwa Ibom? Where will we from to cross Akwa Ibom? So, Mazi, we remain where we are. And them expecting that we, the Ebema, we deny our origin as Igbo, because that is their mantra. They have when I was in primary school to secondary school, you know, where I school was in Okuzi, which is close to Biafra. You know, this school, the answer Jom, but they will tell you they are not Igbo. So they were telling us that we are in Imo State. Why is that we don't have electricity? If you want to charge our phone, we go to Okuzi to get our phone. Want to do anything about electricity, we go to Okuzi to do it. Why we have gas in my community? Adidas, one of the company in Imo State, pipe gas from my community to Izombe, which they were siphoning those gas, and we have nothing. All this place they built, they are taking oil. No common road is there. This is something we are suffering, you know, in Ebema, and is this not that my eyes is wide open? That is the British that nailed down that principle that Ebema will not be developed. For we to be seen ourselves that they so-called that our brothers in Igbo that they don't want to develop. I know that is British, but this night I'm calling all the Ebema wherever you are in the whole world. You people should come out and join this project, which is Biafra. I have been saying it, the only thing that will save us is Biafra. If it's not Biafra, we are all gone. Because if we are expecting British, even though they called region they want to create, even though we they still does, but God forbid, we still can never be developed. They can never develop us. It's only Biafra that can develop us. It's only Biafra that we enjoy the life that we want. Look at us, we are all over the world, and we suffering, and we have what it takes to make our villages, to make our communities to look like Dubai. We have the gas is there, and British and the zoo are siphoning it. Mas, do you know why that Yoruba man is posing that everyone should go to this Akwa Ibom? Do you know that it's a shell in Yoruba, and the only people that the head or the MD of that shell is Yoruba people? No Ebema man have become the MD in shell in Ebema. That is why these people, the Yoruba, are the one they are sending to Ebema. They know how Ebema is. That is why they are proposing that Ebema should go to Akwa Ibom. Where Yoruba man, I said no to your proposal. We refuse. We said no. We can never go to any Akwa Ibom. We remain Biafrans and the Igbos. I answer Chief Mezia. and tomorrow you expect me to deny that I'm Chimezia, or to, that is I will say that Chimezia have it. No, it does not have any feminine. Chimezia is Igbo and Igbo. That is I will say that Chimezia have it. No, it does not have any feminine. Chimezia is Igbo and Igbo. Is like I'll be crying, but since I joined IPB, I don't look like I'll make sure that I support whatever we do to restore Biafra. I will make it clear before. If it will take my life to become a suicide, see, I will that bomb, I will throw it and make sure that those politicians, they will be killed and all of us will die. But we must get what and what we are saying, they are not trying. These people and evil politicians, Maz, if there's anything that IPB will do for these politicians, at least in that House of Senate, we should be speaking on our behalf. We should do it, because can be, one man will be talking and none of them will keep quiet. None of them will say, okay, we pause for these politicians. At least in that House of Senate, we should be speaking on our behalf. We should do it, because can be, one man will be talking and none of them will keep quiet. None of them will say, okay, we pause. Thank you, Metropolitan, and bless you. This in that House of Senate, we should be speaking on our behalf. We should do it, because can be, one man will be talking and none of them will keep quiet. None of them will say, okay, we pause. Thank you, Metropolitan, and bless you. Senate, we should be speaking on our behalf. We should do it, because can be, one man will be talking and none of them will keep quiet. None of them will say, okay, we pause. Thank you, Metropolitan, and bless you.
People calling on
Senate, we should be speaking on our behalf. We should do it, because can be, one man will be talking and none of them will keep quiet. None of them will say, okay, we pause. Thank you, Metropolitan, and bless you.
People calling on
pollution, even at that, depriving them from development. Mazi. Pollution, even at that, depriving them from development. Mazi. Pollution, even at that, depriving them from development. Mazi, that indirect rule by the Britain is still very active in our land. It's very, very active, and they are using Fulani and Yorubas, driving them from development. Mazi, that indirect rule by the Britain is still very active in our land. It's very, very active, and they are using Fulani and Yorubas, driving them from development. Mazi, that indirect rule by the Britain is still very active in our land. It's very, very active, and they are using Fulani and Yorubas, driving them from development. Mazi, that indirect rule by the Britain is still very active in our land. It's very, very active, and they are using Fulani and Yorubas,
on oil reserve in California. If you check the history of Los Angeles, you see that that place was oil site in the ancient days until the development came there. Gradually, it became the hub in the United States. Today, if you go to Los Angeles, I've visited them countless times. You see in people's backyard, in people's acreage, in people's house, you will see oil well, oil jack going up and down, sucking oil in a clean environment. You will see a compound, but you see oil well beside the house. Everything is so clean, and the city is bubbling. Everybody is happy. The wealth, the income, everything is generating that is feeding everybody and making everybody happy. Why can't that thing happen in Ohaji Ebema? Why can't it happen in Biafra land? So, any evil you see, Radio Biafra is voice for the voiceless. Come and let us continue to cry to the world. As the world has refused to listen to us, we will continue to bombard them. Millions of people are listening to this radio, and one day they will hear us. Can you imagine Biafra land is now a piece of cake that Fulani and Yoruba are trying to share it? It will never happen in our generation. Mazi, when I was small, when Obasanjo took over power in 1999, then I was, we were young in school those days. I remember Senator Florence Itagiwa. She was the senator representing Bakassi. She did everything to fight against Bakassi being given to Cameroon. But Obasanjo did all those evil, manipulated them probably with money, and gave out Bakassi land, a Biafra land, to Cameroon. Now, another Yoruba man is in power. They are trying to divide us more. We say no to that. Cameroon. But Obasanjo did all those evil, manipulated them probably with money, and gave out Bakassi land, a Biafra land, to Cameroon. Now, another Yoruba man is in power. They are trying to divide us more. We say no to that. Did all those evil, manipulated them probably with money, and gave out Bakassi land, a Biafra land, to Cameroon. Now, another Yoruba man is in power. They are trying to divide us more. We say no to that.
Minutes. Can you hear me? Caller on signal. Mazi Desmond, I think you are.
Yes, Mazi Jonathan.
Mazi
Jonathan. Good evening to you from here.
There were Mazi.
Mazi Jonathan, I want to thank you for this program because you know there is something very important about this kind of program. It's a program that enlightens. It enlightens and it educates our people to know, to read to history and know why we are where we are today, why we are suffering, why we are passing through what we are passing today. And you are the best man for the game. I can tell you because you've made some very important points and you've brought out some policies that some of us don't even know about. Yes, the truth, the whole of Biafra land is underdeveloped, but there are special places that have been penciled down for nobody. It's a no-go area for development, like this Ebema. And if time is not taken, Mazi, if we research more, we might even see that maybe Obaru is also one of the places that is penciled down for no-go area for development. You know, because tomorrow we are going to hear that they want to carve about another, God knows, maybe to Kanu or to some, I don't know. I got time because the more we are funny too. I got time. Look at what is happening now. Some people are somewhere acting mad, saying they want to create a new state. While these ones are here saying they want to carve out Ebema, that they have already carved because Ebema now they have divided, you know, they divided into two.
course.
The ones they put in Rivers
One is in Rivers State.
So
and there are no more, Mazi, there are no more Igbo. Their language is Egbema. The ethnic group is Egbema. It's there in Google. It's there in Google. It's there. Go on, Mazi. Go on.
Yes. Like my brother Chinedu said that just I'm choosing company competence the Kanu yes was them na the house so the point is that Biafrans people have talked a lot. There is no, we have to rise up. Let us rise up. Let us do the necessary things. This information we are bringing here is for our people who have not yet risen up, who have not seen reason to support what we are doing to come and support. All of them, no one will go. Then this is the kind of thing that we are supposed to be doing now. Maybe Chineke Nyaka is out to align to room all of them. How that's yes, no, because this nonsense cannot continue. This nonsense cannot continue. I don't even know what to say. Because it's very, very annoying that in the 21st century, somebody want to be giving you a name or want to be giving you an identity. What you cannot try anywhere in the world. What is not done anywhere in the world. They are trying to come out of the mess they put us in it. That's why when they interviewed our leader many years ago, he told them that we have Biafrans in Benue, we have Biafrans in Kogi, we have Biafrans even in Ondo, we have Biafrans in Benin, and they were saying no. Some people say, meanwhile they are the cause of the problem. They just come to people and just divide people anyhow. And somebody in this 21st century is still coming to say he wants to bring everyone out from where they are, that they are being subjugated, economically strangulated, bring them to Yoruba. For what? They come to people and just divide people anyhow. And somebody in this 21st century is still coming to say he wants to bring everyone out from where they are, that they are being subjugated, economically strangulated, bring them to Yoruba. For what? Will come and take it from us. But Biafrans, the ball is always, like I say, it's in our hand. We must rise up to fight against every policy that tends to undermine our people, our race, our value, and our existence as a people. We must rise up against it. And then lastly, what I want to say is every Biafran, anywhere you are, you can see what is happening. Nobody is going to create any state in Biafra land. And nobody is going to take away any place in Biafra to anywhere. This is our land, this is our people. We have to protect them out of the land. How to do that is by supporting IPOB. Support ESN through your finance in anywhere you are. We support through our IPOB units, IPOB zones, through our PayPal, www.ipob.org, or through any other means that's approved by HAUSA-SERVICE, in form of fundraising and other means. We must continue to support this struggle because it can never ever work. Not in our time. Like Mazi can say, like Mazi can say that if this thing, if we allow it to happen, what are we doing? Is it on Ghana? So it will never ever happen in our time. It can never. We are seeking to reverse. Our people in Benue are coming back to our land. Our people in Ibakiri, is coming back to our land. Our people in what is it called now? Those in Nnamdi is coming back. Even Bakati Peninsula, the one of God I just mentioned, we are going to recover our people anywhere they have carved out our land, and our people, we are going to take it. Our leader has made this thing very clear to them. We are going to take all these things they are doing is rubbish. We are going to recover our people anywhere. So, and our land that they have taken, we must take everything back. That is certain. And that is it. Thank you, Mazi, Chinedu Jonathan. God bless you. Elohim bless you.
There were Mazi. There were. Caller on WhatsApp. You'll be the last caller. Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Please go on.
Mazi, good evening.
There were.
Mazi, my name is Amarachi.
Amarachi, your man, there
I'm from Ohaji. Yeah.
Go Gani. Oh, is she from Ohaji? Gani?
Yes. Mazi, everything my brother say here is very, very correct. Is truth. So we Ohaji say no. Whether they like it or not, we are Igbos, we are Imo State, we are Biafras. Whether they are Calabao or Akwa Ibomo or Yorubao, we don't care. So we are Ohaji Ibima. So whether Nigeria government is they are very, very stupid. I said, why did Ohaji Ibima? What's concerned about Ohaji Ibima and the Akwa Ibo? That one cannot happen. Whether they like it or not, that one cannot happen. So I thank God IPOP is here and Mazi Chinedu is alive. Our leader is alive. So we are saying no. Thank you, Mazi. So we are here. We are here. We are not going anywhere. Thank you, Mazi. Bye bye.
The only restructuring or mapping of is going to Biafra, all of us, so that we will be in charge of our destiny. That is the only thing. We are not there in what, gerrymandering, what they did 1967, what Gowon did 1967. A repetition of that. It's not going to happen. Otherwise, our struggle then. I know there. Then no, it cannot. Caller on signal, Mazi, please make it brief. I pick your call. Make it brief, please.
Okay, thank you, my brother. My name is Stefan Chukwumadam, and I'm reaching you from the Netherlands. My brother, I think I have to start from the carving of our people into is it Akwa Ibom or whatever they said. It is so annoying, but nonetheless, I want to ask, where are the Igbo federal legislatures or legislators? What will it take them to say, we are not part of this and we will never stand for this? And if Nigeria want to break, let it start from there. They may not participate in the voting, they can walk out of that place and let Nigeria crumble. Where there are so multiplicity of Igbo socio-cultural organizations, Igbo Congress, Imezi, Imobi, all those organizations, we are not hearing them. And I will talk as an Igbo man, as a Biafran, as an African, and as a citizen of this world. The GMO, Chinedu, why are you bringing GMO to Nigeria? You see, as we want Biafra, all right, that's sure. No if and no buts. But I want to house people to live a peaceful and healthy life. I want the Zulu people in the north, the Brodo people, I want them to live their lives healthy and prosperous. And so I want my Biafra and I want the Yorubas to live in peace in their place. So what I'm asking now is, does it mean that the National Security Advisor of Chinedu does not know what is GMO and its implication? Does it mean that Nigerian military intelligence, who are renowned to be smart and wise, do they mean that they don't know the implication of GMO in Nigeria? And you talk about this DSS. So, and you talk about Femi Gbajabiamila, the chief of staff. He is culpable and complicit in this crime, because the poison of our people is a crime, and they should advise the president if he doesn't know the better. See, this is our problem, and we want to know who is the secretary to the federal government of Nigeria. because he is the one who is signing the presidential fiat that they are using to commit the crime all over the place in the name of the president. And what I want to say is that why the continuous killings, disappearing, disruption of our people's means of livelihood by blocking our markets and or arbitrary and extrajudicial arrests. Why? Why they commit crime in Oklahoma, in Zombe, or let us in Aba? Oh, the president and the presidency and all the armed forces. Oh, we come for peacekeeping. What peace are you keeping on Biafra Remembrance Day, where everybody was at home? It was like it can never be more peaceful in Biafra than that day. That will tell you that this was a covert and false flag operation. That's what they're doing. They're telling you Kokambu story. The chief of army staff of Nigeria, General Musa, he said they are engaged in asymmetrical, that is guerrilla warfare in Biafra. That is the whole eastern region. And he said that in that case, there is nobody who is innocent. This is the presidential fiat again, or authority, which Nigerian armed forces received from Chinedu after the dastardly and condemnable killing of 5 army officers by the Nigerian false flag and covert operation against their own military personnel. They are using all this to continue the genocidal war on Biafra. Since our leader Mazi and Kanu and IPOB have refused to drop the quest and demand for Biafra. Do we know that those murderous Fulani terrorists in the guise of herdsmen have residential permit to live in army barracks, so they can commit all sorts of crime, kill, rape, kidnap, etc., and then run into army barracks? They are also reported to be receiving ransoms for kidnappers. Biafrans, we must support the Directorate of State, the DOS. We must support Eastern Security Network, the ESN. We must support and join IPOB movement that is fighting to restore Biafra. And we must restore Biafra. God bless Biafra. Thank you, my brother.
There were Mazi. Thank you very much. And this is where I'm going to stop picking calls, please. Calls are still coming, but I'm no more picking, please. Time is gone. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, let me start by what Mazi, the last caller, asked. Thank you very much. And this is where I'm going to stop picking calls, please. Calls are still coming, but I'm no more picking, please. Time is gone. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, let me start by what Mazi, the last caller, asked. Because they are not doing what they are supposed to do. That is why IPOB sprout out. Are you hearing me? That is how it is. That is how the world is. Had it been they are playing their role as doing something for our collective interest, protecting our interests as a people, we wouldn't have been here. We wouldn't have been doing what we are doing. Let us understand that it's as clear as crystal. So the ball is on our court. It's not nothing more. Onye na-echekwe na ndị a ga-emekwe this like iwu anyanwụ all of they don't give a damn about us. They don't give a toss. That's why we are out here doing what we are doing. I don't know whether my voice is coming out. Yes, my voice is coming out. So, what am I trying to say? Let us learn to deal with this issue. We are the people that are, that are here now for us. IPOB is the only genuine movement that is fighting for the injustice in order to correct and resist the injustice that has been ongoing against us. That is the only thing. The politicians you are calling, is he the one that if you look at, look at Hope Uzodimma. When you look at Hope Uzodimma, you are seeing him as an individual. But there are people that facilitated his coming to power. And the Wanyan is one of them. A very big one of them. Are they the people we are going to continue depending on? Oh, let them come and reply. Let them come and fight so that Ohaji Ebema will not be carved into south, so to say. Is it these people? The people that look at how Hope Uzodimma is killing. As you say, what matters to them? Very primitive mentality. As our brother said, he said Hope Uzodimma is have cleared the place where they will build maybe governor's house as a governor of Olo State. What they look for, they are not broad in their in their vision. It's a pity to say it, but what we are suffering this disease is mostly Igbo Biafrans. I am telling you, it is IPOB that is trying to change the status quo. I have taken my time to observe right from the onset. Igbo politicians, they don't have broader view of issues. As long as something that they feel that they will control it, they feel that they are in charge of it, they feel their vision is highly myopic. Politically, our people are not sound in judgment. Politically, I can defend this till tomorrow. Most of our people, and it starts with the mentality of the people. It's not only politicians. It is not only politicians. It is the character, the average character of a people. From the people you produce the type of politicians, the type of elites that portrays the people. That is the reality. We should not shy away from all these realities. Okay, you are talking about politicians. What about ordinary people that small coins enter his hand, or Igbo man? Hey, challenge everybody. Nana wuru chief, wuru nka. Just small thing. Na nonsense. A non-entity because money misroad. Na eto ya. Na bansha na eto ya. That is the character. Until we remove this pride, this type of character, it is killing us. That kind of person, once he ascends into political hierarchy, he will exaggerate more. Look at the ordinary councillor. Look at ordinary councillor. Just serve somebody or in their own way. Kubana chief priest. He feels that he is now on top of the world. Tomorrow they will carry that kind of and put him to be a governor or a senator in our land. What do you expect? What will you expect then? That kind let us reason things right from grassroots. Not only hey, what is our elders elites doing? No, start from the people itself. How they behave. You start from it. Start from your neighbor. Start from where you are. Start from people that are abound everywhere. Come and support IPOB. What we are doing. They don't think about the broader view. They are thinking of themselves. Nnamdi Biafra, Memegodun. That is the character. They don't want to lend hand, but they want results. Yeah, that is it. It's a primitive character. I continue saying it. It's a very primitive character, and we need to change from it. We must change from it. They will become governor. Before they become governor, they will make them sign swear oath, blood oath that there are no go areas in our land. All those places, core places that have some, crude oil and all the rest, they will tell you, don't touch that side. It is exclusively for the federal government to deal with. Once you say yes, they now put you there. And the people will now be thinking that no, it is you. But because of the person's greed, otherwise he wouldn't agree. Or even if agree, he will come to the television and tell the people. Do you see that? But they will not do it because they are afraid of their lives. Any person that is leading freedom, fighting for his people, you should understand that death, you should not be afraid of death. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in jail today. That's why I'm not worried, because he's part of it. He's not only one. It's not today that he started. Many people paid for their life. So when you engage as a freedom fighter, go in and talk, know that it has consequences. That is the thing. Can you withstand part of it? He's not only one. It's not today that he started. Many people paid for their life. So when you engage as a freedom fighter, go in and talk, know that it has consequences. That is the thing. Can you withstand part of it? He's not only one. It's not today that he started. Many people paid for their life. So when you engage as a freedom fighter, go in and talk, know that it has consequences. That is the thing. Can you withstand part of it? He's not only one. It's not today that he started. Many people paid for their life. So when you engage as a freedom fighter, go in and talk, know that it has consequences. That is the thing. Can you withstand part of it? He's not only one. It's not today that he started. Many people paid for their life. So when you engage as a freedom fighter, go in and talk, know that it has consequences. That is the thing. Can you withstand part of it? He's not only one. It's not today that he started. Many people paid for their life. So when you engage as a freedom fighter, go in and talk, know that it has consequences. That is the thing. Can you withstand